Okay, so I know technically I was gonna start after the ad, but I'm just gonna like hold off just in case since I know the ads are kind of semi-starting. I'm gonna try and do the introductions way less than 10 minutes or whatever, three songs. Because I think I doubly realized I don't think no I'm not in a position to ever have that like many minutes, if anything. So I know the ads are happening now. I usually wait till then or afterwards that they to like for them to like end. So it will take a bit. It'll take like it's like a minute at best, roughly. So yeah, if you do are in the midst of ads, just be patient or something. I don't know. I don't know. Just be mindful. But I'm gonna cut these like be shorter, or just at least like make a good video that just has like one to two songs, if anything. But sorry for the late start. If anything, I do a bunch of other things around the house before if I do anything. So I'm just kind of like I'm kind of just like I do like a couple of things. I have to be a good errand boy and do my good errands and stuff and make sure I get my errands correctly done. But yeah, let me get the other background music on situated. Let me turn you off. Music audio, getting you on. Are you on? There we go. There we go. The other music should be on, if anything. So hopefully it works out. God, why is it always blasting in my normal ear? Jesus Christ. Okay, so it should end in like five, four, three, two, one. Okay, so the ads are now done. Okay, so let's go to the other screen quickly, if anything. Oh, dun, 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 dun. There we go. All right, there we go. Good time zones, chat. Good merry time zones to y'all lovely lovelies. I was gonna say lovely ladies, but I was like, I could say lovely ladies and lovely gents and anyone who isn't in the betweens. But subs to everyone. Happy Tuesday or Wednesday. I am so tired from work. I had to do a bunch of mini errands and stuff. It was a very slow day at work, if anything, so I didn't felt that hype. I don't mind morning shifts. But sometimes the morning shift, I thought it was a very slow day. Well, depending on where you are in the world or in general other places, there is like a lot of I know people are like going back to school, so it's and or work. So it's just been like kind of like semi slow at work like today. I mean, some people came, but it's for like the other people at the district stuff and area having a high fever. Oh no, I hope you take care. That's terrible. Hope you take care of yourself. But uh it was just a very more or less slow day today. So it wasn't really much of I don't know, much going on in terms of like work and stuff. Kind of if anything, kind of slow. But it kind of picked up like the moment I like left. But I know a lot of people are like back into school and or like college. So at least to some time zones. So keep that in mind. If you're back in school, good luck. You guys got this and all that stuff. You'll be fine. I mean, I'm only saying that just in case if some people, I know some are technically back. I know a lot more will be back in next week, so I'll just repeat that same like sentence ago. Doing all just wearing a very comfy jacket and ain't some sandals. As long as you're feeling comfortable and comfy and you're like feeling then you're very that's good. But it's just been like a very like a long kind of not I'm not gonna say a boring day, a very long day. I know a lot of people came back from we're seeing like a spite of this today. So very interesting to see a lot of like more people. We have completely sold out, now swapped over to like Marvel's DC stuff. I don't know why. I'm not gonna spoil what happens because well, one, I haven't seen it, obviously, so I can't really spoil something I haven't seen. But two, mainly, is, well, I don't want y'all to still get spoiled. So I asked a bunch of people, reviewing wise, how they thought, how they tier list the movie on a scale of 1 to 10. And what I got from the list a lot of like Seven and Beyond. So it was like a lot of Seven and Beyonds of like the list and everything. So it was like a ton of like from what I've gathered, it's a really good movie. I don't know per se because I haven't seen it, but it's a really good movie. So if you do are planning to watch the film at some point, then go forth and do so, and so that way you can like uh enjoy it. I am kind of excited. I'm gonna watch it at some point. I mean, I watched a review about it, so I know what happens. But I'm very kind of excited since this is a time where slowly we're gonna enter like phase Spider-Man, a newer day, a brand new day. The one that just came out, the recent Spider-Man movie. The recent one that came out, which is the aftermath of like a brand new day, I think. But we're gonna have like funny enough, we're having like a very close quarter of like after this, we're gonna have a doomsday, like 4 months. Like 4 months. So it's very kind of interesting to see where it feels like we're back in the era of Marvel mass releasing things. So I'm kind of I'm kind 4 months. That's like yeah, it's almost there. It's almost there, surprisingly. So it feels like era early Marvel Avengers stuff when like back to back to back to back of like uh Marvel stuff and everything. We're closer to like yeah. Hold on, I'm getting a text from my friend. Hold on. Well, I'll respond later. I don't want to be rude. But yeah, I'm kind of excited. I'm also kind of excited that Spider-Verse might officially release like via next year. I'm pretty sure from what I've seen. So it should come out like super like next year. If there's no like problems or anything. I hope there at least will be like a trailer at some point, like or a teaser released towards like the end of the month, the years, or at least the end of this year. We might get one like late October, late November or something. Because dang it, I want to watch. I need to watch them all. I already know what happens in the second Spider Verse, but I just want to just sit mass and watch them all at the same time, just as like a binge-a-thon. So I'm just like, I have hold off watching that second one for years, like years. I know what happens, but still, I'm like, once the third one comes out, I'm just gonna binge everything and just like full on like sit and be like from sun up to sundown or like a day I have nothing, truly nothing, because I am a very excited person to see it. And also, speaking of movies, I made a tweet out, like, well, not tweet, like, well, I guess a tweet. The Coyote versus Acme is coming out this month also, and I have got to say, never thought I would in my life. Uh, I love Wile E. Coyote so much, and not because like I think I liked him like way before even I had like a favorite like I was gonna say Disney character, Looney Tunes character, and not because for furry reasons and such because he's a wolf. No. I like him more because I realized before when I was a young tot, I was like something about him like appeals to me. I don't know why, but now I realized later that oh yeah, I think Wild Coyote is like the equivalent like a boy failure, and I love that. Gives off like sad energy, like desperate energy and such. I was gonna say sad cat energy, and he's not a cat, but he gives off that feel of like desperate with a hint of like determination. He gives off like sopping mat sadness. Like a character. Yeah, I know, he's just a boy failure. If you watch any of the Looney Tunes, you know how much he sucks. But he sucks in a way that you want to root for him. But you also want to, in a way that he also kind of is just a little bitch. So you're kind of like, in a state of like, go get him, champ. Ooh, try next time, sweetheart. Try next time, sweetheart, if anything. Like, I'm just in the middle of like, to and fro of both. But it's very like funny because I've been seeing like a bunch of like since becoming like way more closer and closer towards uh the release of the movie, my timeline has just been filled with nothing but like Wile E. Coyote stuff. And it's very crazy how people kind of forgot how he doesn't uh how he talks. And I'm like, yeah, of course he does talks, obviously. In the at least in some of the shorts and Looney Tunes, he technically can talk, but there's an actual canon reason as to why he couldn't. Is because he talks. Yeah, actually. Let me get like a hold on, let me get the video so I can like kind of prove the thing. Hold on, we'll watch like a little bit of it. Wow. Hey, Coyote. Hold on. It's like there's like a mini you find like talks. Talks. Okay. There is like a 4-minute compilation of this guy kind of speaking, or we'll do the 4-minute one. That's like way easier. Okay. Uh, da, 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 da. Where is the little? Do I not have the little window capture? I do. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Let me turn off the music quickly, or let me pause it so I can like kind of explain it, and then I'm gonna turn up the volume. Just kind of like. Hopefully, I don't get one with ads, if anything. That's gonna get me like banned. I don't know what that is. All right, so here it is. Well, let me move this thing to the other side. Genius. Yeah, and that's his full title. Like in every Looney Tune shorts, he literally just goes, "Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Wile Coyote. Super genius." Didn't know his voice is such. Yeah, no, that's the thing because he's supposed to be a very smart guy because he is very smart. So if you watch the shorts, he relies more on like technology based power. So he talks in a more like elegant tone. Like I mean, I knew his voice would be something more like elegant because no, like he builds things. No man will not be able to like have that voice and not speak like a genius at best. So he talks like in this very more posh tone and things. Smart failure. Exactly. He's my smart boy failure. Oh, I'm gonna get rid of the caption. I don't know if these are gonna. I was And the thing is, and the reason why he talks like this is not only it makes sense, he talks in a way that makes it seem like he's talking down on you, you know? Like he makes it seem uh like he is a smart guy, but he knows he's smart. So he talks down like the simple pronunciations on things to like execute every single word. So in a short, when he introduces himself, he'll pronounce it as instead of coyote, he says coyote or something like that. Like he'd be, it's pronounced coyote, not coyote. It's last truly. There was a section I trying to find that was basically the introduction of like his entire like character, things like that. I don't know if it was this one or something. I can't tell. Uh But it was basically kind of him just saying like, "You see, I am more smarter, more faster, more cunning than you." Ah, shut up. Oh shoot. Hold on. He's like, "I'm more smarter, I'm more faster, I am more sophisticated than you. I have an IQ of 207. That's his canonical IQ of 207. Of 207. That's his actual IQ that he claims the smartness to be. That he claims. Let me He's like so confident. Oh yeah. Yeah, he says coyote. That's a big IQ. Yeah, it's a big IQ. A really big IQ. And yet the motherfucker never caught the Roadrunner. Well, okay, there was like a weird thing because there's a reason why he doesn't talk, and it's a canon lore. So when he was a baby, his dad, he had a dad, was like, Wiley, I'm not gonna say in a specific way, but Wiley, if you where if you have to prove your worth of your blood of like a coyote pack, and so your goal is must to capture that of the road runner and such. And so he told him like, unless you catch a road runner, you must never ever like you can never sleep, or you can never talk, essentially. And so uh he always likes that's why he's always silent whenever he's in like majority of the shorts, is because he never caught the Roadrunner. But there are many of times where he technically is technically talking without the presence of the actual Roadrunner. So it's more like uh did he cut it at some point? Or is this just like some sort of like break thing? Because he technically can talk. And in these, that's why he's always dead silent. Yeah, it isn't because he's mute like people are thinking. It's just that motherfucker's locked in. He wants to catch a bird. And I want this as like a business card. Not a business card, just like a joke card of just my like name of like, I don't think I'm a genius, but if you just like what the fiery Katsune, dumbass, half a brain, will draw. That's just my future business card. Or if anything of the sort. Like, I have half a brain, I can draw, and I am somewhat of a dumbass, Your Honor. Like, that's be my personal business card, if anything. It's very kind of cool seeing like it's very cool seeing like in the midst of like in my timeline, but the people are worried how like with the whole Acme and Coyote versus Acme spiel, it's not gonna like be a good film because it's like being not released to the public. And I think it's just because of the fact that we just want it out, man. I don't care if it's like if it's good or bad, we'll just like release it. But it's very cool, just like I'm seeing a lot of like him on my timeline. I'm just like, yes, the boy failure is coming back again. Let's go. And I can't really blame him because I want to root for him, but he's such a dumb ass in like the best way possible. He's not even a pure of heart dumb ass. He's just like a smart ass in the worst way possible. He's a smartass. And he always is like over explaining within jokes. He's just like, well, you see, I'm more fast, I'm more stronger, I know way more. I've been to, college 15 times or whatever, and I'm able to handle this stuff while your simpleton can't even handle the front of the door. Well, you see, technology is like the mess. That's when it's like later on in like the later series, he just becomes like a techno freak at best. It's just very funny how he's just like, I know that I'm like better than you in every single way. I wrong image, hold on. Like simpleton. No, he does. Like, he literally says, like, you see this clear genius of it. I have understand the true nature and the power that I possess. Meanwhile, you don't even have that many, like, blah, blah, blah. Do you have 15 degrees, all coming from Acme? Or, I don't know, university or something like that? Consider the fact that, like, Acme is, like, a really, really, really bad company in universe when you really think about it. Like, when you really think about it, it's kind of like a very crappy company. I don't know if it's worse than Fazbear's, but it's still like a bad company. But he just talks down, and I love and I hate those types of characters. I love, and if that were happened to me IRL, and if he was just like IRL and I see him and he just talks down to me, I would like, I am throwing hands. I am throwing mad hands at this guy. He's my favorite. I know you're my favorite, but I don't care. You will be these hands. These are rated E for everyone, and no Acme is gonna like stop you, bud. But I'm just love seeing it. I just like his movements when he has a sign whenever something goes wrong. That's his way to like communicate properly before people knew that he could technically talk, which I find kind of clever. The signs really help. He rarely ever does them, and I kind of like it because it's supposed to be like his inner thoughts, because normally with many antagonists they always like they talk, especially in the Looney Tunes. They always yap and talk, like every single motion, every single like feat. But with him, you technically can see the motion, but you don't necessarily need to hear him talk and speak it. It's more it's better to just realize that yeah, he's doing the whole motion and stuff. What's going through his mind, you can see in his eyes. That's why I prefer, like, I love muted characters a lot. Not some, but like silence kind of ish characters. He's up there. He's up there as like a favorite if anything, so I do like him like a heck of a lot. If anything, he's just one of my like favorite. So I'm happy seeing people are like seeing like, oh man, the genius he produces in things much more than anything else could come across from your little mind. And I'm just like, dude, shut up, like, bruh. But if I were to honest to God meet him, I would have like thrown hands with him. I would throw hands. But I I've been seeing way more. Actually, there was a death battle. I did rant. I think I talked about like way more before, like way early on, which was him against Tomcat, which I'm not gonna spoil it, but it was like I will tell you, I will assure you, the day that video was the most heaven for me, because goddamn, I loved it so much. Would not imagine Fox Gremlin throwing hands with a coyote. Trust me, he be saying, look, I'm just saying, I'm already getting talked down with chat. If I'm getting talked down with like someone who thinks he has like a better IQ than me, then I will throw the hands. I will throw the hands. I will throw them hands. I can fight Toon with Toon, alright? I know I can deal with him. I know this motherfucker is. I need Here's the thing. There's some weird rules when it comes to like the coyote and the roadrunner. Apparently, uh, uh, all his inventions technically could be effective towards anyone else except the roadrunner for some reason. Actually, didn't Chuck Jones rule like specific rules for like the Wile E. Coyote? Hold on. There's like some specific rules this dude has. Like Chuck Jones, Wile E. Coyote rules. Yeah, he made some weird specific rules for for the character, which is very crazy. Like, is in a world of no logic, there's like an actual specific set of rules for him. I'm trying to find like a proper site. There's 9 rules. So there's 9 rules that he has that when it comes to the guy. Let me try if I can find the proper one. Or no, Yeah, there's like a lot of rules. Actually, no, wait, hold on. I gotta like find the specific. Death Battle did this way better. I gotta like find it from there. So I went. Oh man, this is gonna eat me up. Like his inventions can work effect on others besides the rotor. Kinda, but there's like way more specific. There's like a certain amount of rules that this guy has, if anything. So I'm trying to like find the actual one because they did the research. They did the research, and I've already seen it. So if anything, so I'm just gonna try and find that specific section if I could. These ads. It's kind of like that because he is still an antagonistic, and so he's the main character of a series of the little shorts where he is the bad guy. I'll say so. You're not technically supposed to like root for the the bad guy. So of course all his stuff will go up against him. All right, I'm trying to find the actual like rule site. Oh my god. Am I like tripping? Ah, is it not? Jesus, it's taking Oh, wait, I found it. Okay, I found it. I'm gonna try and like why isn't okay. So yeah, there's rules. There's 9 rules. Okay, I found it. So I'm gonna like read these out to you of the official rules from Chuck Jones himself when it came to specifically with the guy. If I can like read them quickly, they're like super bright. So rule 1: the Roadrunner cannot harm the Coyote except by going beep beep. So technically, the Roadrunner physically is not allowed to like touch the guy, mess with the guy, only just by verbal abuse. That's the only thing he can do. 2: no outside force can harm the Coyote, only his own inventions or failures of an Acme product. So if it's anything like outside the realm, he won't barely be harmed, but he can still be harmed. Only Acme stuff will harm him, or his own stupidity, like both of those. If the Coyote stops any time, if he were not a Fantic, repeat. A Fantic is the one who redoubles his efforts when he has forgotten his aim. George Saitama. Oh yeah, he could stop. He could stop technically, so as he's vulnerable to his own eventual. Well, yeah, he could technically survive. He could technically survive them, but but he's a tune. So he technically he's like with me, with Toon DNA. So they can't really be harmed. They can get hurt, crazy, but harm in like via death is impossible unless you have like an invention, which he technically made, that gets rid of the Toon part and can actually make them both, can make them like be in a chronic like pain position. So no dialogues. So technically he doesn't talk, except, when he does talk. And that's when only he talks to the Roadrunner. The Roadrunner must stay on the road, otherwise, logically, he would not be called the Roadrunner. So that's just for the Roadrunner in general. Number 6, all the action must be confined to the natural environment of the 2 characters, the Southwest American desert, because that's where 90% takes place, the desert. All material tools, weapons, or mechanical conventions must be obtained from the Acme Corporation. So only Acme products are the only thing that the Coyote can obtain. It's only Acme, specifically Acme. Every short, every Looney Tune thing, it has to be an Acme-based like invention something. 8, whenever possible, making gravity the Coyote's greatest enemy, because fall is everything. And 9, the Coyote is always more humiliated than harmed by his failures. So he can get hurt, but if anything, he's just more like, it's worse having his failures being like, if you weren't being like a frantic. And the thing, there's 2 more that apparently were there, apparently, but those are like the main kind of rules that he has. And the thing is, he can't stop. He can stop any time if he doesn't want to catch the Roadrunner. But because he's such a frantic guy and has a stick up his ass, and he constantly, and I mean this, he wants to catch it, his own hubris and his quote genius stops him from not doing it. So he could stop, but he just never wants. He can never. So those are the canonical rules for Chuck, for his stuff specifically. They break up over the course, but I know the main one is even before prior lore is like if he only talks once he defeats the Roadrunner. So there are some shorts afterwards where he does technically talk. So we don't know if that's before, pre, or after. They're like events. But yeah, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised with the thing with Chuck Jones' stuff. I'm surprised. I don't think a lot of people know that. A lot of people are like slowly learning his lore, and I'm just like, yeah. Like, please, you need to watch Looney Tunes back in action. It's like back at it again. The goatness of that movie sticks with me to this day. It's one of those movies that I love. Very technical. It's very technical. Coming from a series that technically doesn't have much rules or like rules. I mean, there are like things to keep in mind of, but this is the only one where there is like a shit ton of rules. Like a shit ton of rules. But yeah, it's very kind of exciting. Just seeing like the more Acme stuff and Roadrunner stuff just coming into play. And all that stuff. So I'm very, very excited for more Looney Tunes. That means when the day, if I ever do a stream just talking about like, or a video just talking about like Death Battle, which has like, I know a bunch of cartoon theme base, but I know that one's there with the Coyote versus Tomcat. You are not going to hear the end of it. You're not going to hear the end of me. I am never shutting up about it because I really, really, really love it so much. It's really good. But yeah, a lot of like I'm seeing a lot of like Looney Tune basis things and all that stuff on there and like everything. So I'm just like, aw, perfect. Okay. Well, look, I love Looney Tunes. You think I jest and joke about like there's the level of like cartoons and stuff. Like I love people are like, oh, I love cartoons. No. I love cartoons. Thanks for the self-care package. I'm not the type to be like them snobbish people on Twitter or cartoon Twitter who's like, actually, this show sucks because X, Y, and Z. No. I take the good and the bad and all that stuff in between. I do not care. I do not care. I like old stuff and I like new stuff. Are there problems with stuff? Yeah, but is it still good? Of course. I know my likes and things. I really love cartoons. Like, no one gets it. I love cartoons. Fair enough, though. I guess someone talk about their favorites. I wish I could just do a day of a stream if I could like talk about like cartoon history and like the ranging from the different I could of just like the history of the animations, but I don't care if no one watches it. I fucking would love it. I don't care. I mean, that's the biggest cartoon thing I can give. The rules of like Wile E. Coyotes. That's the biggest thing I could give. I don't think no one knew about it, if anything. So I'm kind of like, I mean, if we're on like the whole Looney Tune like spiel and like binge, I mean that's like the biggest one I can give, if anything. But what's the other? If we're on a Looney Tune set, what other like uh logic thing I can try and remember? I'm trying to remember. Uh, hold on. Actually, I gotta look this Looney Tune. Oh, I guess this is like a basic one, but I'm pretty sure. Tweety Bird, the yellow fuck of that bird, it's a boy. Tweety Bird is a boy, not a girl, who many thought was a female for the longest time. I thought was a female for the longest time. But no, Tweety Bird is a boy because he's voiced by Mel Blanc, aka, yeah. Oh, you don't know about the little shit? Okay. Alright, let's look at this. Alright, let's get this. There's wearing a character who I hate. I really hate this guy so goddamn much. Alright. So this is Tweety Bird Tweety. This is a boy. This isn't a girl, it's a boy. And for the longest time, people thought it was a girl because of the cuteness factor and everything, so they legit thought it was like a female. But it isn't because Looney Tunes was voiced by one dude, by Mel Blanc, and so he just put like a high pitched voice. So I don't think they were gonna have like a female, I don't think, into the mix. But uh yeah, and I hate him. I'm not gonna have a flash of tweet. He was cute. But I've come to realize like I don't think I like him. He is worse than Scrappy Doo. At least in my opinion, he's worse than Scrappy Doo. And I will die on this hill. Scrappy Doo was a good guy. He wanted to solve mystery with his puppy power. And Tweety was just being a little shit towards Sylvester. Or like I know my heroes, if anything. You fight me on this, but trust me, who would you root for? A little puppy with like a power to like help change the world and like solve mysteries? With his uncle Scoobert and Shaggy and Daphne sometimes, and then Flim Flam, something, yeah, Flim Flam his name? Or would you want to be like this bird? I have my stance. I know who I like. He's a little shit. Oh my god. Man, that should have been like a damn, like, tier list of fucking, like, Looney Tune characters. Surprisingly, there's a lot, and yet there is not a lot of them. It's very limited. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I think. Well, I mean, Scrappy might be going on me. Thank you. No, 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 no. People always, and this could be like a rant for another day, but I'm just gonna get this out the way. People always shit on Scrappy Doo as because people are like, oh man, he made like Scooby Doo like a terrible franchise. He's been like the stain on the thing. He's been like a stain, and every time there's like any mention of like Scrappy Doo, they're always poking fun at him via a joke, via like some sort of like enigma, like some sort of like haunting creature that you're not supposed to like mention. Like don't call his name, otherwise he will like speak out like type boogeyman, whatever feel. And the thing is, like Scrappy was the reason Scooby was saved. Like he was saved. There's like a list of like hated characters and people from like franchises. I don't think people are like, oh, they suck. Like, no, they saved the franchise during a time of perils, damn it. And Scrappy was the sole reason why Scooby in like is well known today. And now people like him is because of the Velma thing. Because Velma killed no, Scrappy killed her in the show. So that's the sole reason why. That's the sole reason why. They're like, now we love Scrappy. Like, y'all are some fake ass fans. I'm sorry, I'm being like, well, because it's the truth. And they're like, I'm sorry, we treated you so harshly. So I'm like, I know my reason. I know, like, the stand of, like, everything. So, like, y'all are just being, like, some fakers right now. But I have been, like, a ride or die to the end Scrappy fan because I really love Scrappy. I think I love him more specific. I guess I like him because I watched growing up the red Shaggy era shirts of stuff when they were trying to like be remixing some weird stuff like uh the Boo Brothers, the Ghoul School, the Reluctant Werewolf, and the 13 Ghosts of Scooby Doo were like the ones where like it was like red shirt Shaggy era, and where Scrappy was good. Outside of like the thing, he was also good. You just need someone to work with. The problem is because of direction. Because if you have like a character who's supposed to be both, you need dynamics. You can't have two silly guys and one little tough guy. It's gonna fill up the dynamic. There's like dynamic. There's an order into the show premise and everything. It's a premise and a progress. So I'm just like, there's a reason why things happen. That's I don't know. That's just me. That's just me, if anything. But yeah, I'm a diehard Scooby Doo's and fans and things. But I love them. I mean, I could rant one day about like the whole like thing and like present list talk of like why I think Scrappy ain't like all that bad. Like, okay, there is a version I don't like. The only specific version I just do not like is the movie version of him, and that's it. That's it. Every other version of Scrappy, he's fine. It's just the live action one I just don't like because he looks like absolute garb and shit, and they massacred him. They made him actually like an actual dick, like a full on like dick, if anything. And I hate that. Like, I really hate that. Like, bro, they made him piss on Velma. Or no, Daphne. Daphne. I was so upset. I was like, no, he would not. He would never do that. My boy would never. They're just making him look like a terrible person. They're spreading like propaganda on us, on him. Oh my god, I'm upset. Oh my god. I freaking love yeah. Funny enough, I was just talking with like I think a stream chat up through it. So yeah. I don't know why, but imagine that one Gordon Ramsay meme. Which Gordon Ramsay meme? There's like a ton of Gordon Ramsay memes. There's like which meme specifically? Because the one that went up to my mind was first the It's Raw, followed second by Suicide. If anything, it is not that much. So I don't know which meme specifically. In terms of, I'm pretty sure it could be like any of them. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, that one. The oh dear. Oh dear. It's okay, sweetheart. It's okay, sweetheart. Him with the adults, or no, him with the kids. Like, oh no, it's okay. You did well. You did super well. Him with the adults. You fucking donkey. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I get that. I get that. All right. I think that's majority of uh a lot of stuff. I think we're gonna talk about a bit. Our main focus, you're like with me. No, I would fight. No, I would fight Tweety. I love Scrappy. I just don't like live action Scrappy. There's the difference. Tweety's just a little shit. Live action Scrappy was just a dick. There's two range of it. But yeah. Anyway, I think this is not a perfect segue, but we're gonna do a little talk about the tier listing. So we have not done this in a hot while. I think the last time we did a tier list was based off of uh what was it? During Thanksgiving or something. No, the last Halloween or something. But we're gonna do a little talk. I'm pretty sure you saw the title. We're gonna do a little talk about PBS Kids Show tier list, aka the era of shows that I grew up with. Now, we'll set the stage just so we can even though I have not been talking a lot. When you was a kid growing up, you were classified in two categories: a non-cable kid and the cable kids. Cable kids were the ones who had actual direct to cable stuff at the time, and so you had access to a bunch of shows and everything. So you were able to watch a bunch of the direct TVs, like Nickelodeon, Disney Channel, Sprout, I don't know, other stuff, and other shows that are 1,000 majillion channels. Then you have the other side of the kids called non-cable kids. They were the kids who essentially they grew up with TV, but they just never really had that full-on broad access. So they were able to watch stuff via, through the cable system that they had. So the limited shows at the time was very limited. So they had things to PBS Kids, or at least what I know everyone had, depending on their network or whatever cable thing they had. They had what was it? Cubo, which has been rest in peace, sadly. A rarity of now Me Too TVs, which is now the newest version of like having all the old Hanna-Barbera stuff coming in. A rarity, this is a rare one, called Smile of a Child, which is a Christian-based program that just shows Christian shows. I don't think no one knows that. I think I might be the only one who knows that. It's a rarity to find someone who knows Smiling of a Child, or Smile now. And thus, PBS Kids was the biggest goat of them all, aka the one thing that brought like many kids together was PBS Kids. And PBS Kids, the whole program, I'm pretty sure everyone kept up with like the date with like the history of the thing, because trust me, it has been going through like a fighting war of other stuff. So let's go to like the tier list thing, and so I can like explain. Oh my geez, there's like so many ads. I'll explain more of the history over there in a proper setting. Uh all right. So here's the tier list maker. So we have a bunch of shows. So fun fact. So there's like actual history with PBS Kids in this program. So the reason with PBS Kids was more so it was original was called PTV, which I think was more like an education station, I think channel. Actually, let me confirm this. I had my notes and I lost my notes, essentially. But the biggest thing is with PBS, it was a program. It was like it was supposed to be like another typical program. What makes it special? This was made specifically in mind for kids who were more in a lower class. So it was supposed to help with those who were like, in a school, couldn't get a proper education, things like that. And so the original thing with PBS was it was a program to help kids who were at the very least more catered to those in like the lower class to poor like class people and things. So they gave like everything like an educational of school would have and just slim it into that specifically. So you have you have science channels, you have the nature segment, you have the history, you have the math, you have like exercise, like you have basically like a typical thing for like a school in TV show form. So they have different ranges from things. And it's been put through like the gauntlet as of recent late because, well, I don't, like I said, politicalness I don't aside, but if you have not kept up, there was a certain point where PBS was going to legit be like, the funding has been taken away from it. Like for the whole the educational bit. What the frick was that? That scared me. Jeez, that scared me. Someone was playing. But it was meant to be more for like oh my back before my thing was playing. I don't know what the heck playing. I thought I had it silent. But it was meant specifically for helping the kids and like lower people. But at some point it got like threatened. Why? I don't know. No, there was just funding, I guess, apparently. So they just wanted to get rid of the funding part. And it has been through the gauntlet. Today it is still standing. The station has not technically been down. It's still running. But a lot of it has been moved to different services and streaming services. So the biggest hitter was like within Sesame Street at best. And that's now moved to Netflix, and YouTube. Thankfully, they are still free. So they're not going to be behind no paywall or nothing if you're thinking, or access. But you're able to still like watch it. But it has been through like the gauntlet of like things, like through an actual gauntlet. But PBS has been having ranging of shows from late to 90s to now today, and they still are like a good show premise to this day. Majority of them like earth down to tone and like with colors and things, and they kind of like stepped up with like bigger things. They also had a side thing called PBS Kids Go, which is more or less supposed to be the more let's say teen centric one. It was meant for teens specifically. So if you ever were like a kid, or if you're like, I think range from like, I think 13, 15, whatever up to that age ranging stuff, that's for meant for you and all that stuff. Or a preteen at best. But yeah, we're gonna look at the tier list of a bunch of the PBS Kids shows. that I have personally watched a lot, like a lot. So we have the list down here. These are all, at the very least, many shows. Like a small fraction of some. No, I remember some of them kind of have been like a weird like placeholder because I remember some shows at the same time. Some of them kind of are like on different programs. So that's the thing. They're all on like different programs. So a lot of them were some of them did originate from PBS Kids, but they used to now premiere on other shows after they were like out off the air. Funny enough, a lot of them are Canadian based. Like a lot of them are Canadian based. If you really think Canadian or Britain, but more so in the America place. So a lot of them kind of branched out, I've kind of realized. So some of them were on, what was it? Some of them were on Discovery. Some of them were on Sprout. Some of them were on, I'm trying to remember, Cubo. Those are mainly like Canadian stuff, but still, huge branch of anything. So we're going to go through the list, and here's the list. We have S.A. I didn't make this, by the way. I think the tier list was made by, I don't think it seems it. This person. Or I think this was the person. I think tier maker that. So we're gonna look through all of them, and I'm gonna give you my personal like review / history or knowledge of the show. And if we don't know a show, then I will be like, I'll explain it. So we're gonna have to do some finagling because I know a lot of these are like this is like a mishmash of like every other show. So a lot of these words just are like or are actually from the show and not. So let's see. So you have S tier. So like S tier underneath will be like we'll put like goated shows. Can we like type okay. So goated shows S tier. Da, da, da. So we have good shows, aka the shows that have really like put that like that made my childhood, if anything. So S tier. A tier would be the range of I would say like the best. Or no, actually no, we're not gonna change anything else. Actually I'm gonna add one more thing. Add row below. We're gonna call this but I've seen it on like a different program. So seen it, but on a different program, not PBS Kids. There you go. So we'll make this a blue. Alrighty. We're gonna go in the order. We have 128 shows to go through. So we're gonna have to like tackle a lot of them. So I hope you're ready for like a little extra of something, I don't know. So we'll start in the order. So this one I actually do remember. I think it's called The Adventure. Oh boy. I hate how stupid small these screens are. The Adventure is a book of virtue. The Adventure is something book of virtues. If I'm gonna do like a lot of researching back and forth. So we're gonna like Adventure. It is the Book of Virtues. So this first one is called Adventures from the Book of Virtues. So this was a series that also was on PBS Kids that teaches moral lessons through like the fable myths and stuff. So basically it's the show where you learn moral lessons. These two kids are basically traveling to like a world where I think the animals talk and they're having some life problem in the real world, and they just need to go into the other world just to learn the moral lessons. And yes, I do remember seeing this a lot on here, but I remember seeing it way more on like a different program. I never ever actually, though it was on PBS Kids, I remember seeing it way more on Cubo, like Cubo specifically. if anything. So this is a very interesting start. So we're gonna put you in the I've seen it, but not if I were to rank it technically, it would be like a C at best. Since it's just a story series that just has like life lessons that you learn. It ain't really like much to it per se. But it's alright. It's alright. Next you have Amelia Amala's? I think it's Amelia's or Amala's. Amal's Way. Okay, so this one's a fairly recent show. This was a fairly like recent show. I remember watching like a little bit of it. I think based off I think it's a little girl who I think is she's not hold on, we're gonna have to like so hold on a sec. I think it's ALMA. Amala's Way. There we go. Okay, so it's a little girl who's living in the Bronx of New York, of a 6-year-old girl, and she's just doing like the lives and such. I think it's based off of like within her heritage, so it's more so kind of like living in the life of her show. I remember the show; it's ain't bad. It's kind of like a la Dora Explorer, kinda. But I think a girl going through the Bronx of NYC and kind of surviving it. It's kind of a very interesting way from how it's just being described, and it's very cute. I think it's cute. I think it's a really cute show. I won't say it's a bad show because I watched like 1 to 2 episodes, but I do remember being kind of like it's a character. She's it follows a little Puerto Rican girl. She's going through like learning life and such. So wait, no, wait. So it is like wait a second, hold on. I just realized what I just said. But I've seen like a couple. So I would put this on the tier list of C. It's a not bad show, but I think it's a well, no, that's the very base. That's rude. I'll put it in B. It ain't a bad show. It's aight. I wouldn't watch it like again, but it's aight. Also, ads are starting in like 3 minutes. So let's see if we can try and do like another thing in that time. So next we have Angelina Ballerina. Oh boy. I remember this show a lot. Okay, this is a very interesting like this is a very show. This follows a mouse named Angelina who wants to be like a very around a lovely ballerina, a famous ballerina and such and just like performing it. Based off a book series originally. And the author, I think, originally just drew mouses like way more because they were like comfortable with that, and they couldn't like really do people well, so they kind of just drew mouse. And it was very cute. And so I remember this kind of I was into the ballerina era of my time, and so I thought this was like this is what I thought peak girlness was like. Being a ballerina and twirling, and the theme song did slap. The art style was like super hella cute, and I do remember just like being very, very, very like into this the whole premise. I think I liked it a lot. And there's 2 versions, so it's like I will put this in A. A, it's a really good show. It's really good. It's very much like a down to earth, very calm, chill show that also goes to like the life lesson stuff. I remember there were like 2 mouse twins. I remember a specific episode where it was essentially like some characters who like some sort of like I don't know. There was a specific episode like a little mean girl, mouse girl, was like blaming like some rule breaker on like a new kid, and Angela was like, "No, it ain't his fault. It's y'all's fault for not treating." I don't know. I mean, obviously, as girls, she can sometimes be a little bit, yeah, but she's a very good show. It's very pleasing and calming. Now, the reboot, however, I don't like it, but per se, I've seen it. I don't really like the theme song. I remember seeing a lot of this because after this originally ended, the new one came about like way later. I don't per se like it because it doesn't look like it lost like all its edge, like the softness once it became like a CGI. Like, not everything that has to be 2D or 3D needs to be CGI. Like a thing that I will talk about soon later. But I don't really hate the show, but I don't know, it didn't really fit my style. It ain't a bad show. It just felt it lost like its charm. Yeah, so there was two. This was the original, the one on the A tier, and this was the CGI version, which is the one that was on I think a couple years, I think 2013 or 2014. But I never liked the CGI one. Never personally liked it. I don't care enough for it, but I just don't like it. Okay. So this one is called Animalia? Animalia. I think that's called Animalia. Hold on. Animal Animalia. Alright. Oh, this is a Go thing. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, so Animalia is a CGI animated children's series based on the Green books, following two kids, Alex and Zoe, who are transported to a magical world talking. It's basically just a book of virtues. That's the book of virtues, essentially. But this looks terrible. This looks terrible. I think it's because in the era of the early CGI, it's kind of like on me. But I've never seen this. I never heard of it. So, very interesting. I have first never seen it. It's giving off that one show that used to I think that one CGI show that used to play on like Cartoon Network at some point. Alright. Next we have Anne of Green Gables. This is based off a book series actually, I remember. Anne of Green Gables. Oh no. Yeah, Green Gables. It follows a little girl, a redheaded little girl who's basically an orphan and is kind of like adopted by like two like elders. And so she's kind of learning how to make friends and such. I remember yeah, it's based off a book series and then it was based off then of a TV. I didn't know it was on I didn't know it was based off a TV. I didn't know they had like a TV series. Or no, I didn't know it had it was on PBS Kids. I remember seeing it though on like Cubo, if anything else. That's when I saw it. That's where I saw it. If anything. It's a very kind of cozy show. If I were to list this, if it was on here, I would have put this in a nice like C tier. It isn't bad. It ain't good. It's just like it's like a meh show. There ain't like nothing to it, if anything. It's like a very calming show, if anything. And all that stuff. Next we have Arthur. Oh boy. How can I not? How can I not? Obviously, it's the S. Arthur is a show that needs no introduction. I saw bits of Arthur. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Arthur is one of those shows that needs no introduction. You're gonna tell me that, like, in the span of like the many seasons it has, over a decade, from the 90s to like recent ending in like I think 2021 or 2. I don't know. Someone fact check me on that. But it was a good show. I love the characters. I love the lessons. I love like the little story, and I love how they were they kept up with like and not continuity at some point, but they kept with some like continuity and how they delve into like characters. Heck, outside characters as well, like outside a circle of friends, like the third party of friends, like the fourth party, like minor characters they would never really see art or attention for. And I think it's really good. So yeah, obviously, and some esteemed guests. I mean, some of them kind of aged like very cottage bad cheese, so I can't really list a lot. But there's a lot of controversial, like I know, star actors who kind of were on the show, and they had to like scrub away like a lot of some of those episodes, so they're kind of rare to find. But if I were to like say, but yeah, it's a goat show. It's an S tier show. I can't say nothing. There's a lot of controversy. Yeah, thankfully it wasn't one of those shows where like it was always overly controversial, but it was just like it aged like poorly at the time. It hasn't really like changed, but still they slap. So I'm not really complaining if anything. So up there, goat show. Next one is Auto Be Good. Auto Be Good, that is a very interesting show premise. I remember, apparently, also this was in this. I remember the theme song heavy well. This is just Cars. This was just Cars. Just this Auto Be Good was just Cars. And not the best kind of way. And I remember specifically, and the thing is, I remember watching this. Oh, it's just a car rips off. I mean, okay, it ain't ripping off of Cars, I'll say. I think this came out, when did Auto Be Good came out, actually? Okay, so the TV series came out like 2005, and Cars came out 2006. The first Cars, the first one. Cars came out 2006. Auto Be Good came out 2005, and this is not. So this is like pre-Cars era, if anything, like pre-Cars. That's crazy, actually. Oh yeah. So we're in a very not era that time, and plus this was like during the time where like automobile shows were kind of like on the top range of anything. So you're kind of like, you know, boys are gonna like it. And the thing is, I remember watching the show, but I never watched it on PBS Kids. Oh no, I remember watching this not even on a Cubo. I watched it on a Christian program called Smile of a Child, or now Smile technically. And this was basically just a little program to be like, all right, you're gonna learn about like how to be auto be good, learn to be good. A lot of car shows on there. Trust me, strap in. There's gonna be a lot of programs. I didn't even know it came on PBS Kids, if anything, which is weird to think about. But yeah, I've never seen it. Next up, we have Balio, Balio, Balio. I think it's called Balio. I'm excited to learn these. I'm kind of interested to learn half these shows because, like I said, I'm confident like a 90%, 80%, 70% of the shows. The other 30%, I don't know where they come from. But I'm gonna actually look up the actual name. Bali. Oh, it's just called Bali. I thought it was called Bali. Oh, for some reason. So Bali. Okay, so it's a French animated children's series about a preschool puppy navigating their modern lives with modern working parents tackling responsible. Okay, when did this came out? This looks very way new. This looks super new for some reason. 2006. This came out in 2006. What? I've never heard of this. When did it stop airing? Oh, it was a 2-year release. Ooh, okay. Oh, I wasn't even aware of this. Yeah, I had never heard of this show. I am not aware of this show. I was never aware of this show, so I can't really say nothing about it. Because it had like a 2-year gap. I was like, it was roughly between me being like, and I'm guesstimating right now, 3 to 7 years old. So I barely was just getting conscious. I was watching PBS stuff, but I guess it just kind of like slowly not shown it, I guess. All right. Next we have Berenstain Bears. Or no, Barney. Wrong thing. I looked too quickly. But Barney. I fucking love Barney, man. Barney is my favorite show. If you don't know Barney, Barney is a dinosaur who comes from imagination, and when he comes, it's what we call a goat. He's a goat. I like Barney. I don't care. This is my tier list. So if you hate what I say, then you can download it yourselves and do it on your own. Or write a strongly worded letter to the studio, and we will definitely read it right after we shred it. But I love Barney. Barney's a really good show. It's a really goat show. I'm gonna put it actually in goat. It's a goated show. Like, it's a really great show, and I'm being dead serious. I had a Barney plushie growing up a lot. So I carried that sucker with me, and this was during the era of like during my time, like Barney was like an already hated figure by millennials and like edgy kids who are like, ugh, Barney's a freak. I didn't know. Ugh, why are you gonna like with that? There was like the rumors spreading about like the actor being like very into kids and like being an offender. And then there was like the infamous song of the I hate you, you hate me, let's together and off Barney, like shit. And I'm just like, I'm the only one who likes him. I respect the man. I respect the man who can get down, who knows how to talk to like, who knows celebrities. Dude, imagine being like a celebrity and knowing like Barney knows you personally. Barney knows you personally. You know how awesome that would be? Like, shoot, man. Yeah, it was a weird phase at the time. Like, everyone really hated Barney. I don't know why, but then again, he's one of the reasons why there's history with it. I'm not gonna say it, but he's the reason why we have the things. So he's a goat. I don't care. If you really hate Barney, you can tell me at 1-800. I don't give a rat's butts. Anyway. Next, Berenstain. Or Berenstein, if you want to be like that person. So Berenstein, I remember this show a lot. Kind of like in my midst of anything. I don't remember. No, I remember some. The thing is, I read the books way more than the actual TV show. It's a rarity if I watch like the TV, and I'm like, oh, okay. I'm not saying a bad show too. I've seen it. I've seen some episodes, but I remember more fondly of like the book series that they had going on, way more than like the actual TV series. Though I do remember watching the TV series as well. Doesn't have a show. Yeah, it was based off a book and then based off like then afterwards a show. A lot of these came from like a book and or like a TV thing. So I'm not surprised. But it's a very not bad show. It's like a good Earth to Down type of show, if anything. Next we have oh boy. Betsy, hold on, I have to like actually look at the name. So hold on. BET Betsy something Great Adventure. Betsy's Adventure, I think. Betsy's Kindergarten Avenger. That is super small. I could not read the word kindergarten. Okay, so this is also a PBS Kids show. When did this air? Okay, so this is like middle 2010s eras. I've never heard of this show, so I can't say nothing. Next is Between the Lions. Ooh, ooh, ooh! I like this one. I love Between the Lions. I'm gonna start adding like half these OSTs to the playlist. Between the Lions is a really good show in terms of like its use of puppetry. Think of like era Sesame Street. Between the Lines is like a show program that you learn to how to read and everything and such, like synonyms, homonyms. It's like a great reading book and such. I want to one day maybe just like watch like the show, but I personally really like it a lot. It's a really great show. It's it should be in Go. I remember watching like a lot and it'd be like so comfortable. I've never watched a lot, but it's a really great show. It's really good. Okay. Next one is I don't know what this rabbit is. There's no information of this, so I'm gonna put this in. Never watched. Next is the the classic Bill Nye the Science Guy. I was just watching the show literally on my TikTok feed. Literally on my TikTok feed. I was watching like a couple of full episodes before I like streamed. And so it's a very good show. I mean, do I have to say anything? I have to say my reason as to why. If you cannot handle the Bill Nye's mastery and things, then are you real a fan of his stuff? He's the only adult he's the only one I'll say he will in fact talk down to like the adults today and be like, dude, you're killing the planet. Do you not know how like the world works or something? Like I fucking love Bill Nye, man. I love Bill Nye the Science Guy. Next we have Bob the Builder, and then Bob the Builder, but the puppetry. The Bob the Builder CGI is the worst thing to ever happen. I'm sorry. They ruined him really badly. I fucking hate the CGI. He doesn't even look like like the whimsy been taken out. It looks soulless and corporate, and the theme song was like crappy. The puppetry is also this one, however, I like. I fucking like Bob the Builder, like the original one. I didn't really bother it much because I was just like, eh. But I did like it. So it goes in the B tier for Le Bobby. It's a good show. It's a good show. Never the CGI. Never the CGI. And it's like they really made this show looking like a corporate sucker. And the thing is, they had like an in between. They had an era where it was like a CGI with the style and everything, and it worked. And I don't know why they made him to be like Tim the Toolsmith. Yeah, and it's like, and this I can semi tolerate. This really ruins it. Like, really ruined it. All right. Next, we have Boobas. Oh my god. Boobas. I love Boobas. I can't put it in GOAT because it's not even like it's not even a great show. It's a great, no, it's a great show. It's just a weird, what the fuckery. Boobas is a very underrated show because I don't think no one really knows it unless you're very few selected. If you know Teletubbies, which I'm pretty sure it's on the same tier list, it's the same kind of category, if anything. It's a more exercisey based show, so a lot of movements. One day we'll watch it. One day we'll just sit and watch it. But I'll let you know, I fucked with the purple one. I think, wait, there's actual names for them. There's actual names for the guys. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Booba TV show names. Names. I have to actually look up their names because there's actual names for these for the guy character names. They're supposed to be made for like really, really, really young kids. Like really, like they're supposed to help like exercising. And I ate that sucker up. So there's actual names for them. So you have Humba, Zumba, Zing Zing Zingba, Jumba, and Jingba. And I had Zumba. Zumba was my favorite one. I know it sounds like I'm speaking like some weird ass enchantment, but trust me, they're real. And then you have other characters who are in the series. You have Grandmama, you have Grandpapa, you have Mrs. Lady, Mr. Man, brother, sister, auntie, and little dog Fido in this world. What role they play in? Well, you're gonna have to watch that. But it's a really good show. Caven ass names. No, kind of technically, that's how it is. Because this show was meant for young kids, and so they don't know nothing. So why was I watching the show that I shouldn't be watching? I don't know. I like the noises they make. They make fart noises. I don't know. Okay, next is Caillou. Caillou's in the F tier. Do I have to explain it? I don't think I have to explain why. Caillou is a really not good show. Really not a good, really show in general. I don't hate the main character. I hate the parents. They suck as parents. I don't know who's worse in parents, Caillou's or Arthur's. At least Arthur's, they have like some flaws. Explain. Oh man. So Caillou basically is a little shit. He's a 4-year-old kid who's just a little shit. He complains, he can cry a lot. He's an absolute menace. If he doesn't get what he wants, he will like bitch and moan. He'll complain. It's like, I want a pizza party. And his parents like, no, we can't have a pizza party. We gotta eat, we gotta go to grandma and grandpa's like, but I want to go to the pizza party now with Sarah. And really bad example for kids to follow. No one should follow him in his freaking like. Yeah, I will say his games are good though. I just really, really hate the guy. And yeah, am I beefing with a 4-year-old fictional character? Yes, I am. But trust me, if you watch the shows, you would know. You would know. I'm not the only one who hates him. Next is The Cat in the Hat, the TV series. I remember these. Well, this is just in general The Cat in the Hat. The one from like the Tim with Matt Martin short. I freaking love these series. It ain't bad. Actually, it's a good show. It's a good show. Especially with the with these sang tricks and such. It kind of bring that whimsy. We haven't really had like many like TV shows from like the Dr. Seuss era like a hot while. So it's like a very like good refreshener after the distrustful taste of like the live action Cat in the Hat. And now we do have like another edition of the Cat in the Hat stuff coming out like later on in the year. It's a good show. Kind of the same boat, but it's a good show. Next is, oh boy. I can't even like read this one. Why are these so small? Oh boy, I can't even read this. I can't tell if the title. So I'm just gonna put this in like the never watched category. Oh boy. Alright, so we have Cliff the Big Red Dog. So we have 3 versions of Cliff the Big Red Dog. We have the original one that came out, then you have the reboot of the Netflix or the Amazon version, and then you have the prequel to his thing called Puppy Days. There's a 4th one called Clifford's Big Movie, and that's the one that had like the movie in tie-up, but that's the only one we don't, sadly, I guess, count. But we're gonna go in the order. I don't mind the Clifford the Big Red Dog series, the TV series. I don't mind like a lot of the episodes because I remember watching them a lot on the VHS tapes. It's a good show. It's a nice show. It's It's a lot of yeah. It was one of those moneymaker things, if anything else. But it's a good show. I like the TV show, the original one. I haven't seen the reboot yet, but I do know it exists. And I know a lot of people really don't like with it because it's just, I guess, disheartening the classics of the original or whatever. I don't know. And the last one is Clifford's Puppy Days, which is a prequel to before Clifford was a big dog. He was a small red dog, and it was just kind of, he was complaining like, man, I can't believe I'm so small. Whenever I grow up one day, I'm gonna be so big. Like obviousness. I liked it. I kind of slightly liked it way more than like the original. Kind of like because I was like, I don't know. I always fancy like the origin stories and like kid stories and like kid perspective and things. So that was that was just me, if anything. Uh Next we have Corduroy. No, I didn't realize. Okay, so Corduroy, I didn't know it had a TV show. I do know it exists. I'll put this. Uh, I'll put this in the. I've seen it, but on a different program. I specifically read the books, like a lot of the books, so I'm aware of like the whole Corduroy bear. In fact, I think I have like the original one, like in my underneath my bed, technically, of like water damage and all enthrall. So it is that one I do technically have. But I remember reading this book a lot as a kid and having like, as one does, my love for stuffed animals to fruition coming out of it. So it's probably just that, if anything. So I liked it. Next then we have Curious George. Ooh, okay. I do remember watching Curious George a lot. I don't mind it. It's a pretty good show. I'm not saying it's like it's between A or B. I like watching it a lot of it, but I never was like very into it. I'll put it in B. They had some really good episodes. I think it's really kind of fun. I learned like a lot of like some science stuff with it, so I'll give it that great premise. It's coming like right after from like the movie, so it's like a really weird like and this is also based off a book. You'd be surprised how a lot of these are based off a book series. So you be surprised. But Pierce George is a great show. It's all right in my book. It made me learn how to make the pizza oven. So that's from the cardboard pizza box. So I can tolerate that. Who wouldn't? Okay, so next is Cyber Chase. Oh boy. Cyber Chase. Oh man. How controversial can I get with this one? Or my opinion. So, okay, so here's the thing. Cyber Chase is a show, and I think we talked about it the last time. Cyber Chase is a show that was more so math based. That basically, in the span of the beginning, if all these 3 kids as they're basically traveling around cyberspace world, and they're supposed to, uh, what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to learn how to like save motherboard from the hacker and things, and save all the cyberspace stuff. And funny enough, it started as a math show, slowly kind of got into like environmental stuff because they kind of ran out like a bunch of math stuff to do. Like they really went from like a math based program to just a program that's just, I guess, I don't know, talk about like whatever crap. So I remember not liking it much because I'm not a math fan, obviously. I don't mind it. That's the thing. I'm gonna put it in C. I don't mind it because it was like because of the math bit. I just didn't like it more because it was just like a very long. I knew it was like very long, and I was just like, when are they gonna rescue Motherboard? It's been like forever. Motherboard hasn't been like rescued from the hacker. That's like 39 seasons, and they still haven't rescued her. And I'm like tripping my mind, if anything. So I'm just like, great show. Not my personal cup of tea, but still a great show. Okay, next we have is it the rescue? What the frick is this? Hold on. Something Ranger? Danger Ranger? Danger Ranger? What the frick is Danger Ranger? Hello? Hold on. Do I have to like what is this? Danger, what is this? 2D anime series that teaches kids. It's a safety show. Okay, see, yeah, I've never heard of this. I can't even put this in like a category program. I just never heard of this. I don't even know what this is. This looks like straight up. I thought it was like, not gonna lie, legit. I thought it was the Brave Little Toaster. Just from this far back, it doesn't. But it follows like a seal. Wait, hold on. Have I seen this? I feel like I actually did. Wait, I'm trying to. I think I maybe have seen it, but I'm not gonna really rank it because it's been like forever. So we're gonna put this in the never watch, but I maybe have seen it. I don't know if I have though. Okay, so next is Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood, which is a I guess spin-off slash spin-off off of I guess Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Who I guess I've realized and learned that he's based Daniel Tiger technically does exist in Mr. Rogers. So I'm just like, I remember watching it a lot. There was a lot of people who really hated this kid during the time. They were like, man, this little shit sucks. I don't like Daniel. I'm like, ouch. Okay, jeez. In a bad show. They have like good song jingles. So I'll put this in B. They have like cute little song jingles, if anything. So they have like moments where I unironically kind of sing to myself. That's crazy. Trust me, if something taints even the original, they will hate. And they're beefing with a toddler who is, I think, 4 or 6 years old in the premise of the show. So I'm pretty sure they're just hating to hate. I don't really fancy it ish much, but I do remember seeing a lot of it. So it's not bad. It's just a show. Like if it's on, it's there. But I do like their song segments, so that kind of makes up for it. But their songs do slap, so I don't mind them. Uh, so next is Design Squad. I do remember Design Squad. I don't think I've watched it like enough because it kind of stopped when I was like watching more PBS. So I'm just gonna put this in like never watch. Next we have Dinosaur Train. I love Dinosaur Train like a lot, like a lot. Like I really love Dinosaur Train. Funny enough, I'll put in the goat. Dinosaur Train's a really good show. I know I mentioned it was the only time of my little phase that I was yes, it's a classic, a rated classic. Dinosaur Train was one of those shows that I had like a dinosaur phase with, but it never really fully gone extend beyond that. If you don't know Dinosaur Train, it's basically a show program that talks about, uh dinosaurs on a train where they go to different time periods or they time travel or something to different parts of like, the different periods of the dinosaur era to like, learn about dinosaurs and or games or other stuff. It's a really good show. And the conductor was pretty hot. Like, I don't know. He be doing something. I don't know what, but he something about him, the conductor, is just oh my goodness. Look, he would have understand. If you see the conductor, you know what he looks like. I'm not the only one. I think that's all the simps on TikTok. Next one is Donkey Hoodie. I don't think I know what this show is. Wait, no, hold on. Donkey Hoodie, I think I know this. Okay. Donkey. Was this Donkey Hodai? Hodai. Hodai. Was this an actual hold on. This came out recent. Oh, this is really recent. Okay. Never mind. This is a really recent show. I was legit gonna put this in like, oh, this is another thing I've probably seen, but no, that's like 2021. That's way soon. I don't think I've seen it. Next we have, oh my god, Dooley and Pals? Jesus Christ, how many of these shows were on PBS fucking Kid? Okay, this 100%, I've seen it. Never, like, it wasn't on PBS. Again, Smile of a Child. If I were to rank the show, it is more so a D, technically. I don't really liked it. It was just there. I don't like the thing in premise. It was just a eh. It was an eh. Okay. Next is Dragonfly TV. I remember Dragonfly TV. I don't know how much Dragonfly TV. I think it was more so like a designing thing or like a science, because this I think was during like that era of Go programs. So this was 100% in like during the PBS Kids Go era and was more so in the science field and everything. I know about it. I just don't think I've watched it. Next we have Dragon Tail. Dragon Tail. Dragon Tail. I freaking love some Dragon Tail. Come on in and take my hand. Let's all go to Dragonland. I actually like the show. It's a cute show. I love the show. I love Zach and Wheezy. I think I like the show. It's a really good song. I remember the phrasing like I wish with all my might to fly with wait, no, that's not what it goes. That's not what it goes. How'd it go? It's like I wish with all my might. Something with dragons. Oh wait, no, it's I wish with all my heart to fly with dragons a land apart. That's how it goes. I was like, something there's like a part there. But yeah, the show is really good. Actually, I remember I love the senior dragon a lot. He was my favorite guy. I don't know. I didn't realize he was later on when I realized like I think he was I think like a Mexican dragon or Latino dragon. I know he spoke a lot of Spanish. He spoke a lot of Spanish. I'm not misremembering. He always like with all the dragons and just like well, be careful, niños, and things like that. Like he gave off like Uncle Ira from Avatar in a weird way. In like a weird way. He gave off like Uncle Ira. But yeah, Dragon Tale's a goat show. Next we have Electric Company. Apparently, I saw like another version of Electric Company. I don't know if it's there. No, Electric Company. Okay, this is gonna count for both the original and also like the for this show. Really was good. I like the Electric Company. I really like the Electric Company. The Electric Company was basically a live action show where apparently these kids have like some weird like magic with letters and spelling and things like that and you learn about the readings. I learned a limerick because of that. I learned to make a limerick poem before making poem. Fun fact, true story. We were supposed to make like a poem thing, and I was watching Electric Company, and an episode was talking about like a poem rap battle, and it was basically teaching kids how to write like a proper limerick. And so, if you don't know, limericks are like a poem that was like a 5. Well, it's not a 575. It's like a what's the lining space? I don't. It's been like a hot while. A limerick poem. It's basically a 5 lines of anything. It falls in A, like line wise. So like 1, 2, and 5 have to rhyme, and 3 and 4 have to rhyme, but they're like way more shorter. So how what's an example if I can remember this? If I can do it proper. So like jamming out with my buds and oh no wait, I'm trying to think like a proper one. It's hard to think poems on the fly. Uh I'm hanging out with my lovely little dog. Don't worry, he's just chilling by the log. He may be scared, or he's a little shy, but he won't hurt a fly, even though he's just maxing out by the hog. So it's like a weird sense instruction. And I was better. This was like rusty of me. But it was a very like it caught me like limits and everything. And like the whole game and stuff, like yeah, I love the show. Electric Company was good. Apparently freaking Morgan Freeman was on there. So I was like mega surprised. Okay, so next was Eliops Wonders Why. This is a very recent show. I don't remember seeing it, so I'm just gonna put this in like the never have. Emmy and Roy. Okay, we're like this is like weird category. Oh boy. Next we have Fetch with Rough Rough Man. Up there, up there, up there, up there, up there, up there, up there. I love Fetch with Rough Rough Man. I freaking love him. Funny enough, Ruff was my childhood crush growing up when I was a kid. I really love the show. Fetches with Rough Rough Man to show that like it's a contestant show base where kids are able to like compete and earn points and things. And I wanted to be on the show so bad, and I was so upset that it got canned after like a certain point. I was devastated. I was devastated. And I was like very I learned a lot of it's like with math and science and like you learn to LARP, you learn to like role play, you learn like the science, you learn what like era Da Vinci. Yeah, it's a great show. I don't like what it did like later on and such with like its whole internet thing when COVID kicked in, but oh man, it's really good. It's super good. It's really good. I know this one. I don't remember the name, but I do remember this. I think it was like a show based learning about like cooking base. I think this is like a C at best, so it's just an F. Granny's Feet. Oh my, this was on PBS Kids too? Jesus. Huh? Okay, so I have seen this, but I it wasn't on PBS, it was on Sprout. So this was way on a different program on Sprout if anything else. So I don't weird premise show, but all right. We're very much in this era of like I've seen this, but we're slowly entering that phase of like I've seen these shows definitely, but it's a different program definitely. Next we have George Shrinks. George Shrinks? Hold on, I think that says George Shrink. George Shrinks. Is it legit called George Shrink? Oh my god, it is called George Shrink. Oh my god, it was this. So it's a series about a boy who just wakes up every day and becomes like 3 inches tall. I don't I don't think I don't know if I can say if I remember this. I know it was on Cubo, but even with that point, I don't think I actively watched it when it came on the Cubo. So I'm gonna put this in not one, but it was on a Cubo thing. This one I cannot read the title. It's too small. I don't even know if it's on Cubo, so I'm gonna put this in like the never watch. Gina's D's Kids Club. This wasn't even on. Where are they getting these programs? Gina D wasn't even on like PBS. It was also on the Christian program. What's with these programs just being on PBS? Or are they? How many of these shows are they just like snuffed under their belts, bruh? Oh my god. Treasures are for sharing. I've never heard of this. Oh my god. Heroes Elementary. This is an show. I saw it. I actually saw like 1 or 2 episodes. I don't really. It's not a bad show. It's an I show. It's just learning about superheroes, but it ain't my cup of tea per se. Next we have the Hog Bugs Club, the Huggin' Buggin' Club. This what? What is this? What is this? How is what is this? What are half these shows? Oh my god! Oh my god. Okay, I think this is the Big Big World. Okay, so I do remember seeing the big. Okay, no, this was on PBS. The Big Big World was on PBS. It was a Big Big World. Yeah, I think it's called a big. Yeah, a Big Big World show. It was a show that follows. So this is basically essentially Barney, and if you know an old schooler show, this Bear in the Big Blue House, essentially. But instead of being, out in a park or in a kid's home or in just Bear's house. It takes place in like nature. I don't liked it. I don't remember liking a lot of it. Cause it was just cause young me thought it was like it's just a ripoff of like of Barney and like Big Bear in the Blue House. Like I can't there's not like yeah. I don't know. Uh it's fine. So Piglet Jakelin? Wait, no, Jakelin. I remember this. I think Jakelin? Hold on. Hold on, we're gonna say pig show. I know what this bottom one is. It's just oh Jakers. Wait, it's Jakers. It's called Jakers, not Jenkins. It's called Jakers, The Adventures of Piddly Wink. So basically this series, I do remember watching it. It follows like a little series of like a duck, a pig, and a cow as they're like going on adventures. And majority of this, they're like flashback scenes. So they're flashing back to when like an older the adult like about his like youth and everything. So I remember seeing this on PBS, but I don't think I had any like opinion on it. It was there. It was there. I know it was on Cubo that like way later, but it was on there. If anything, so it was just a show. Next, then we have oh my god, JJ the Jet Plane. Oh no! Ooh! Oh no! Not JJ! Oh my god. Oh, if you don't know, if you thought Thomas the Tank Engine was like a terrifying show, then JJ the Jet Plane was worse. Because it was essentially the problem was so Thomas and JJ had like a little parallels going on. I think they're made by the same like company, but it was just teaching like, you know, moral lessons and things and like your friends. And there was like a weird air of like I think maybe Ringo Starr or like a man's voice just voicing the characters. And the thing is, JJ's is more terrifying than Thomas, solely because of the fact that in JJ, they all have freaking skin, like like skin on their like faces and everything, like active like melon. Thomas and everyone, they're all gray. They have active melon. They have an active like color palette, so you know what they are. Like it is let me like you have to know like the true terror of this. J the jet plane. I have to like explain this. Oh no, JJ wrong thing, the jet plane. Like this is the premise. Ugh, what's that one? This is what we lived through. Hold on, I'm gonna turn on my light real quick. It's getting like semi-dark. If anything, give me a minute. Oh my god. Turn on light. There you go. But this show, yeah, it's terrifying. It is really bad. Really, and the thing is, there was an era at some point where they didn't have CG. They had like the same thing like Thomas the Tank. They had like dolls to stand in for the humans, and then at some point they brought humans in, which the Thomas series didn't do, but they had like human CGIs and everything. Like, oh, look at this! Look at this! Ugh. Like, I don't know who, and I don't know why, and I don't know. I remember being into this specifically. I remember seeing the image of the plane, and I'd be damned that it looks like a nightmare. I remember watching this. I remember like actively watching this and was like liking this. I was like, this is my favorite show. Like I remember sitting here like, yes, I liked this. I love this a lot, and I hate that I did. I don't. It's not a really good. It scares me. Who made the decision, dog? I think it was the people who made. I don't think it's the main people who made Thomas. That's the thing. Thomas is very different from this. I don't. Okay, but if anything, it's a D at best. It's not the best show. They've improved their quality, obviously, but if it's not a, it's not. This one I think is called Katie Ete Orte. Hold on, Kaiti. Katie and Orte. No, I messed it up. Orby. No, I don't think I've seen this show. Unless it was Family Channel. What's the Family Channel? Nope. Nope. I've never heard of this show. I feel like I've seen it. I've never seen it. Next is kids. Kids songs. Wait. Wait. Kids songs. Wait. I remember this. Kid song. I remember this. Holy shit. Wait, kid songs like a huge thing. I don't think no one knows the thing. Wait, I remember. Okay, kid songs was. I never actually. I've seen this. It wasn't on. I know it was on PBS Kids, but I've actively did seen this. This was, I think, like a music specific program. I think you learn. What is this? Like has like music stuff and everything, like Doodlebot. But I remember having like a DVD, always repeating the thing. My God. What a twist! Oh my god! Oh my god! I remember so much of the show, if anything. Oh my god! I'm gonna put this. Okay, so technically, I didn't. I've seen this. I'm gonna have to rewatch it. But the thing is, I've been wanting the hell the name for this for years. I thought it was a fever dream. If I were to watch it, I think I would have put this. I want to rewatch the sucker again. If I remember how good it was, I think I'll put it in B. But for the sake of me, for like, if remembrance, I'm gonna put this. I've seen it. I just had like a tape, if anything. Next I think, is this the Zabumafu brother? No, this is a nature show. This is Chris and Martin. I know that. That's the Chris and Martins. That's the brothers. I don't know what specifically it is off of them, and I can't tell. Because I know Wildcrats is on here, and I know Zabumafu is also on here, so I have no idea what specific program this is from. I'm gonna put this in the never watched. This is really hard to tell. I don't, because I know they had like a couple of other shows, and I know they're old. They're old right now. Okay, what else? Next is Lamb Chop's Play Along. This I've seen. I've seen this, but it was just on Smile of a Child, because of course it is. If I were to rank this, it's a C. It's a cute puppet show. I'm not like tripping. It's just there, but it's just eh. Next is Let's Go Luna. It's not a bad show. I saw like a couple episodes, so I don't think personally it's not crappy. I'll put this in like it's like either B or C because it's not a bad. It's like a nice show. I'll put this in C. It's a nice show. I know because I know I know the creation of the show. The art styles is by I think the same one who made Chowder. Maybe I don't fact check me on that. I don't know if it is legit him or not, but I know the art style is like someone who did work on like Cartoon Network shows at some point. So I do know for a fact it is that. Next is Liberty Kids. Liberty Kids? Ooh. I remember this. I don't remember Liberty with anything. I think that's a weird show. GT! Hi, GT! Sup, my man? How you doing? We're just tier listing PBS Kids shows. Carry on this good time zone to you, my friend. I hope you're super swell. How are you, mate? Or I hope you're doing super well. We're just doing a tier list of PBS Kids shows, at least from like whatever era from when it started to like the newest ones. This hasn't updated since like 2023, so any shows outside of that we won't have. But this is our list so far. We got like our goats up here. We have our A lists of shows that I do like. We have our B lists. Did you already talk about cyberspace? Yeah, I put cyberspace. I put it where I put it. Where's cyberspace? I put it right here. And this is just my own personal preference. It's not a bad show. I'm just not a fancy with like some math. And it kind of swapped over to like I already explained my reason, but my abridged version is just like, it's been like so many seasons trying to save Motherboard, and they have not succeeded in yet. And they should have succeeded when they gotten all the math problems. Now they're just like an environmental at best. But it's a very oh, thanks for the self-hydrate. Self-care. Good show. I don't like how they've extended though, past beyond like the limits of math. So that's just me. But still a good show. Then we have like our D-list shows. Then we have our Fs. C tier, nah. Okay, look, this isn't my own preference. This is literally in my. I know it's not a bad show. It was either between a B or a C at best. And the reason why I only put it in C solely was it wasn't because of like the math. I think I liked it, and I did like at the very least that little segment. They made it fun. I'm gonna crash out. Please hold. Am I gonna start? That's why I said it was gonna be controversy. I knew it was gonna start controversy. I just didn't like how far they branched out so far to the point where now in the later shows or the later episodes, they're not really talking about math. Cyberspace is supposed to be about math. I don't want environmental stuff. That's what almost every other show is. They should have ended it when they were like, we now can combine our math skills to defeat Hacker and then take him down. Now, and they're still at with Motherboard. They still haven't saved Motherboard. It's been decades, man. It's been decades. Plus, I was like, not a very like, yeah. He's like, long overdue. Yeah, and like they should have ended at some point. Like, you know, I'm not saying it's seasonal rot, and I'm not saying it's a bad show. At some point, when you swap to a different entire topic in general of like a subject, you lost me. You lost me a little. But that's just me. If that's just me. Still, I will still say, if this gets me in my head on a spike, I still think Cyber Chase is a good show. They should have at least just ended when they use all the math skills or when they can't really use any more math stuff. Or B, make a spin-off about the environment stuff. I don't know. That's just me. Then next we have, oh yeah, Liberty Kids. I think I saw Liberty Kids a lot on like Cubo, so it'll be in the Cubo category. Funny enough, its anniversary was like I saw like a couple months ago. Okay, don't know it went 39. Yeah. It went for 39 seasons. No, don't be sorry. I mean, if they got something going on, but the only problem is just it's been 39 seasons. They swapped their animation to like 2D to Flash. They really ran out like math problems. So they swapped to environmental stuff, which I'm saying it not bad, but it, kind of lose its little, a little something. This I don't remember. No, wait, I've seen this show. I can't remember it. It's too small, but I know this. It was on Smile of a Child too. Okay, sorry to distract. Trust me, I distract my own self. I distract my own self, if anything. Nothing, I am the equivalent of getting easily distracted, so you're fine. But I remember seeing this on Cubo. Oh yeah, or no, Smile of a Child. Oh yeah, we have 2 more categories. The D-list shows, the F-list shows, the shows I've never watched and or I maybe have watched, but I'm pretty sure I just never seen. And then finally, I've seen these shows, but they're on a different program. But they're just like a different program entirely. Either from Sprout to Discovery Kids to Smile of a Child and or Cubo. Or if I just owned it, apparently, which is just one of them. But yeah. This one, I think that's a donkey and a raccoon. I've seen that show. I know that show. I just can't recall the name because it's like very small. Hold on. PBS Kids Show, donkey, and that's a raccoon? It had like the 2 characters. I don't know it. It's so hard to see the text, but I know I've seen it. It's at very least, I don't care for it enough. It's just an eh. Wait, Liberty Kids? Was that one where they went back in history and learned social studies? Yes! Liberty Kids. That's the show. And I watched it. I've seen it on Cubo. So I never saw it on PBS Kids. Apparently it was on there, and it just kind of like, if I were to rate it, like, if it were to be rated, like, if I did see it, it would have been like, I mean, Heavy wasn't into social science per se, but I did like history, so it would have been like a nice B at best. It would have been like in the B tier section. Cause I wasn't like, I didn't know social studies, I didn't care, but I liked history. So that was kind of good for me. Uh Next is apparently the Magic School Bus. Magic School Bus was on P wait. Magic School Bus was on PBS Kids? Hold on, was it on PBS Kids? I don't remember it being on PBS Kids. Was it? Was it? No. Wait. I guess it was. I remember seeing it on Cubo though. That's weird. Okay, you know what? Okay, we'll put this in the PBS Kids category because I think I'm sure everyone has seen it. There's no way I cannot not just, like, I'm not gonna exclude it because it wasn't on a different ass program. Because I love PBS. I love Magic School Bus. It's a really good show, like a really good show. I can't not lie. It's really awesome. I love Miss Frizzle. I love her dress. I love her. I really hate Arnold's fucking cousin, Janet. Janet's her name, I think. Yeah, I really hate Janet. Absolute, like, not my favorite character. But I really like the show. Really made me love learning. See, this is a proper science. Proper science. Good show and everything. It's a good blending of like everything, of like history and the nature and like the science. It's a good show. Like 10 out of 10. Go to show. Miss Frizzle, I love her. I love her dresses. I don't like the reboot of it because no, but I love the original. Next one is Naughty. Naughty? Naughty. This is a weird show. I've seen this, but it was on a different ass program. It was on Sprout again. So Naughty was like, I think, in a story with like a bunch of toy characters in a world of toys, and they're just living off like a toy. I think it's called Naughty or Navi, but it was a TV show that was on Sprout essentially, based off like a toy series from Canada. Of course, it is because it's based off a Canadian show. But I remember like kind of getting into it. If anything, it's a really classic show. The animation kind of like uh I won't say held up, but I think it kind of held up in its time, if anything. Also, ads are starting in 3 minutes. Ads are gonna start in 3 minutes, my friends. How far are we? We're like halfway through. Oh boy. All right. Uh I think we're like halfway. There's like 128 like, how many images are on here actually? Where are they? 128. How far have we gotten? We should have like at least scratched the surface. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 41, 8, 50, 61. We've gotten to 61 already. Jesus. How how are we do we barely scratch like the half section point? Nope, we have like a couple more. All right. We'll do like 3 more and then I'll take like a mini break. Or we'll do like a break once the ads hit. So that way we can like stretch. So let's be quick. Uh let's see. Mama Maribel. I think I've seen this on Cubo, if anything else. This was a Cubo show at best. So I think no, this was on Cubo. Wait, no, this actually was on PBS Kids. I'm tripping. Shut up, me. Yeah, this was on 100% PBS. I think I don't remember much, but I'm gonna put this in C. It wasn't a bad show. I just don't. I know I see it. I don't know if it was that much of a significance to me, if anything. Next is Martha Speaks. Oh, it's a good show. Oh, I love the show. It's a good okay, I'm not gonna okay, is it a goat show? Is Martha Speaks deserving of a goat? Because it's a great show. I do like it a lot. I don't know if it's considered goat to me per se. Because I mean, well, no, I mean, there's like a lot of premise. It could be. It's either or. They're actually, you know what? No, it's a banging episode. I like Martha Speaks. Martha Speaks is really good. Also, ads are starting. We'll just take a break right now. We'll go to the we'll go to the BRB screen. It'll take like a break. So all you guys can like take like your chance and like stretch and everything. And such. I gotta get like some snacks, so I'll be right back if any. Okay, I think I got back in time. I hope the ads didn't uh like cut off. I sat like the minute that I had to like get like another like some snacks from the fridge. I just ate some grapes. So I think I think it just probably ended, right? Okay. Yeah. Welcome back. Welcome back to everyone. Everyone's like, well, back from the app breaks and such. We're almost halfway through the list and such, so we're almost done. We're almost done. Uh so we left with Naughty. I remember that show. Next we have we're halfway through. We have a couple more to go. And then I think we're good. So let's get to it. So first we have Marvin the Tap Dancing Horse, which I've seen, but it's just not on it was on Cubo. On Cubo, I've seen this on Cubo. For Pete's sake. Oh my god. There's a lot of Cubo shows bases here. I should just make a separate category, but seen it on Cubo. But if I were to put this, it's a C. I don't really care for it or mind for it or anything. It's just a C at best. This one I'm trying to see. I can't tell if that's my eyes playing tricks, but that looks like the words Maya Rudolph's shop. And I don't know if that is that. Is that actually Maya Rudolph shop? I don't PBS show. I don't know if that's that, because it looks like something Rudolph. It's something Rudolph. I cannot see what that, these texts, man. Okay, since I don't know what this is, in my proxy, I just can't really figure it out. We're just gonna put this in the never seen. Because I straight up just don't know what the hell it is. Next we have, oh, Maya and Miguel. I love Maya and Miguel. It's Maya and Miguel. Brothers and sisters and best friends as well. It's Maya and Miguel. Two of a kind, and there's something that I don't know, but I remember seeing this show a lot on Go. It's PBS Kids Go. This is one of those mature looking shows, if anything. Not mature in terms of like heavy teens, but mature for like at the time. If I were to rate this, I think I would give this like a, I don't mind the show. It's not a bad show. It's a good show. I think I'll put this in a B. I did like it a lot. I just didn't really liked it since it kind of was just constantly overplayed. like a lot it was overplayed. Like still, banger show, great theme song, but I was just like, okay. But it still is a good show. I like Maya and Miguel. And I like the character design so much. If anything. Let's see. Next we have Miffy! I love Miffy! I love Miffy! Miffy was my favorite! Miffy! Sweet little birdie! Miffy! The smart little birdie! Miffy! I love the show. I was like heavy into Miffy. Surprise! Fun fact! Making a huge comeback, if anything. Like, a lot of stores that I'm going to, well, in terms of like where I'm at, but a lot of stores, they're like kind of selling like more Miffy blind backs and blind boxes. So color me surprised if anything. About like the whole like premises of the show, if anything. But I do remember legit kind of like even before it was on PBS, or if it was on there, I did remember watching it a lot on like DVDs. So I'll put this. We'll put this. I think I saw it somewhere way different. If I were to tier list, I'm putting this in like A. I love Miffy too much. It was a very calming, pleasant show to watch and sit. Like, if anything, it was just super like, it was like a very comforting to me, if anything. So I'm just like, oh my goodness. Next we have Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Okay, it's S. It's the GOAT. Why would I judge the show? I'm saying this right now. If a character, if you walk up to someone and the person does not like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, or they're like, I don't like the show, then run. Leave. Mr. Rogers is the GOAT. He is, in fact, the great character. I love the show so much more than the freaking. I mean, I'm not gonna say it way more than this. This barely hits like that same feel. But Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood is one of those shows that you can never diss. I love Mr. Roger. He is the GOAT. He is such a charming belief, like a man and a sweetheart and everything. And oh my god, we need more of him in the world. We need more of him in the world. Like, please. Like, I want more like Mr. Rogers. I want more Mr. Rogers in the world, man. Like, I love him. So go to show S tier. What can I say? Next one. Yeah, he's wholesome. If you don't like Mr. Roger, then you're a psychopath and you need to leave. I know I jest and joke, but I feel like that can be like an easy way to determine. If you don't like Mr. Roger, and if you don't like the concept of like neighbors who are like different and you can learn to live with them, then you are an absolute. I love his ending song. I love the way how he ends. It's the freaking like, or no, it's like, no, there's a specific song. It's like, I like you, or something, I always love you, or something like that, or I always am a friend. I don't remember. If I find it, I'm gonna add it. but I want that to be my end credits song for my streams. It's super cute. Next one is, I can't read the title, but I think this is one of the newer shows. I think it's like a little not Eskimo Girl. I know it's like up north, not Canadian show. I don't know. I can't remember. I know I've seen this. I just don't think I might have never watched. It's been like a while, and I've only seen like one, and that was just like towards the tail end of an episode. I don't remember. Next we have oh boy. Something pancakes. This is either custard or mustard pancakes. I don't know what that is. Please tell me it's like custard pancakes. Oh boy, hold on. Custard. Hold on. CUST custard pancakes. PB show. Is it actually called custard pancakes? Or something? I don't know. I can't. Oh, it legit is called mustard pancakes. It's just called mustard pancakes. What the I was going the sweet option. What the heck is mustard pancakes? Oh wait, no, I've seen this. No, I know this show. Oh my god. I actually know this show. Son of a gun. Oh, I know this. I've seen this on Smile of a Child again. It's like low stim. It's a puppetry based. I've seen it. It was hard to see because I couldn't see. There's like an extra dog on the side. Ah, right. Okay. If I were to tier list, logically, it's C at best. I don't really like remember. It's like a nice low stim show, but it's I. But I've seen this on Smile. A lot of these are on Smile, I've come to realize. I don't know what this is. This is like what are these, pajama bugs? Okay, this is just going in never watched. Surprisingly, we don't have a lot of D's or F tier list shows. That's good. I have some taste. I have some taste, if anything. Next we have Nana Land. Oh, holy crap! There's a grandpa in Nana Land, or is that their neighbor? Okay, Nana Land talk. Nana Land is a good I fucking love Nana Land. I love Nana Land a lot. It's also a low stimmy show that follows like a little girl who's just visiting like her nana for like a weekend, and they just go like adventures. I remember this because I watched this a lot whenever I'm at my actual grandparents' house, coincidentally. Seriously. Every time I'm at like my grandparents, this is always playing. And so I'm just yeah, this show is like this feels like in a similar situation of how I feel like at my grandparents' house. I honestly kind of like it. It's kind of based. And the show isn't bad. It's a very cute show. That's when the era of what was the stim? Of Peepo. When I used to say peas, it's Peepo. It's a really good. It's a cute show, if anything. So I like it. Nature Cat. Oh, I like actually Nature Cat. Nature Cat's a really good show. I think I like it. Nature-based show. It's basically a show where like this indoor cat wants to explore the outworld and is trying to be like he says, "Tally ho!" And I kind of like it a lot. My mom also likes it as well, just since she always calls herself like a nature cat or travels a lot with like the nature cat stuff. So it's a really cute show. I personally think it's adorable. It ain't like a banger S tier goat, but it's a show that I think if I were to pop it in with my mom, I would 100% she'll be like, this is nice. It's really good though, surprisingly. For like how weirdly overstim it is, it's like super chill on some parts. Odd Squad. Ooh. S tier show. My god. Yes, yes. You have any idea how the banger of Odd Squad is? AKA the kid equivalent of an SCP Foundation? It's a good show. Odd Squad has like the best show. The lore is surprisingly like for as odd as it is, upkept and everything. So I'm like, yes, please. Like, yeah. Hi, Ishi. We're doing How Are You on this fine day? Hope you're super swell, my friend. How are you on this good time zone? We're doing a little bit of a PBS Kids Show tier list. We're kind of like almost halfway in the showing and such, but we just talked about the goatness of Odd Squad. And how it's like the basis show, S tier, super cool. But how are you? I hope you're well. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I hope no one actually caught that. That's actually, I think that was low. But we did a bunch of shows. These are a list we have so far. So we have our GOAT shows on the top. We have our A-list shows. We have our B-list shows. We have our C-list shows. We have our D-list shows. We have our F tier. Then we have the never watched, and or I just couldn't see it, but never watched. And then the I've seen it, but I have seen it on a different site / I don't think it was on PBS Kids at the time when I was like watching it. So we have like a bunch of shows. Where are the Wiggles? The Wiggles? Are they on here? I don't think the Wiggles are on here. The Wiggles aren't a. Yeah, no, the Wiggles aren't a PBS Kids show, which is weird because this is going in the order. Yeah, I think Wiggles was more was preschool Disney Playhouse era style and everything, if I remember correctly, which kind of sucked. But don't worry. But this is our list that we have so far. If anything, we're almost kind of done with it. We have like a couple more. Next we have Oh Noah. Oh, I remember this. I remember Oh Noah. I think Oh Noah was a show that you have to learn, I think, Spanish, a la Dora Explorer. Let me I'm pretty sure it is. Oh Noah. Yeah, it was yeah, it's basically a show where you learn like this kid named Noah doesn't speak any sense of Spanish, and so he has to navigate through the town learning Spanish. I think I did see this. I don't know if I don't know if it was on PBS. So I think it's a cute it wasn't really considered as shows. It's more like shorts at best. But I remember seeing this like a lot. I think it's a really cute show, so I'm gonna put this in like a little B tier. It's a cute little show. It got me to learn Spanish. Anything that's like the clone like Dora or Ni Hao Kai Lan or I'm trying to think of another show is good enough for me. During my era of learning like little Spanish, there was also, and I know this isn't like an actual show on PBS, but I remember another show that's kind of similar to this. It's called Perro y Gato. No, El Perro and y la Gato or something like that. I'm pretty sure it's called like that. It was basically a series like a little dog and like a cat. The dog is like both speaking English and Spanish, and the cat specifically speaks Spanish. And you could hear like his like low voice. He's like, it's like "Y perro," and the cat's like "En mi gato." It's another show like this, premise wise, if anything. Next we have Peep in the Big Red World. Oh my god, yes, yes, yes. Get this up here. Dude, this is a great show. I fucking love Peep in the Big Wide World. The theme song slaps. Another one that was like I was just like binging on. It's such a cute show. Like it's such like a lovely like low stim like a little comforting show. It ain't like too extreme. The art style is cute, and I love the little like. It's so simple, man. It's so simple. I freaking love it, man. But Peep's a good show. Peep's a great show. Peg plus Cat. Oh my god. Same thing. Same thing. Actually, no, wait. I'm trying to think. I think it should be in the GOAT. I think it be in the. I love Peg plus Cat. I have a lot of memories. You know what? It's GOAT tier. Not only because it's another one of those math based shows where it's basically like adding, subtracting, multiplying, shapes, and all that junk. But I love how it's like a little musical sentence. I've told this story like 1,000 times, but I'll tell it again. When I had like Peg plus Cat, when it was like fairly new, we watched it a lot in my dad's room, and when I was a young kid, I was very much a worrywart. Today, I am still kind of that, but I was like a huge worrywart. Like, I freaked out, worry about everything and such. And so one of the characters, Peg obviously, is that. So whenever a problem kind of goes awry and something goes wrong as such, and things don't go well, Peg or Amelie goes like, "Oh no, this isn't working, and then this isn't also working, and I don't know what's going on and such. I'm totally freaking out." Like, she literally says that like every single time, and my dad has joked that I am just essentially Peg because I freak out constantly. I don't today now I don't semi, but I do have like moments where my dad will say like, "Oh, you're letting out your inner Peg plus cat moment." And I'm just like, yeah, I am, I guess. Hopefully now not more, but still kind of funny. But it's a really and funny enough, it had like now 2 episodes where like people are like, "Yeah, that's a good show." Like, of course it is. Have you not seen the baseness? Like, I love the show. Next I think is I know this one. It's the Pink Arena Ballerina or something like that. I remember a lot. I remember the book series. I know it was on here. I don't I remember it enough to be in the book series. At the same time, I remember just like watching 1 or 2 episodes of it. If I were to tier list the show, I would give it if I were to list the show, I think it's like a C. Because I remember watching, like, I read the books too first, and then I watched, like, the actual episodes. I didn't really care much for the books. They were good, but it was just a little for me. And so the kind of show and it's not bad. I just don't think it, like, fits my kind of style, cup of tea, whatever type beat. But it's just, yeah. And plus, I think this was during my era of, like, my I hate pink phase. So I wasn't really shamed that I wasn't really liking a show that had to do with a lot of like pink in the title. Oh man, Baby Kit would have just like been gouging their eyes. Oh. Pocoyo. I love Pocoyo. Okay, Pocoyo, I think it was. I do like it a lot. Surprisingly, I do I don't remember on PBS Kids though. That's the weird thing. I remember it, but I don't think I know what other programs it was on. Or if anything, it wasn't on Nick Jr. No, yeah, it was on Nick Jr., right? Chat, Pocoyoke was on Nick Jr. I'm not tripping. That's probably where I think I remember it from. Because I remember Pocoyo being on that program, if anything else. But I remember watching like a lot of it. It's a good show. I think it's a really, really good show. Next we have, but oh my god, I remember this show, Buster's. This is like a back mini pilot spin-off of it. Buster Letters from Buster's. I remember this a lot from like the web series. I don't really care enough for it. This basically was a show premise like Buster travels the world and everything. Yeah, okay, I was not tripping. Coco Yo was from like the Nickelodeon or Nick Jr. show. But Letters from Buster, I didn't really care enough for it. I like Buster, but I didn't like the little send off series because it was like broke away. I like the concept of having like the characters, traveling in the world and like learning the cultures. That I like. I don't know why. I Baby Me didn't like it. Maybe if I watch it now, it'll be like a really great show. But I don't think I actually kind of like the show, and I liked Buster a lot, which says a lot. So I'm kind of like, uh, but it's just a show. It isn't really much. It's just an eh. Next is Rags. I've seen this, but I don't really like the show. I don't like Rags. I've seen it on PBS Kids, but I've seen it on Smile on Child, and even with that, I don't like it. It's just a it's just a series with like the dogs and everything. I give it bonus points though. It did remind me of Go Dogs Go, the Dr. Seuss book. If you know Go Dogs Go book-wise, then this kind of gives off that feeling, but it really doesn't. So it's just like a there. Next, there's Reading Rainbows. Yes. Get up there. It's a goat show. Hey now. Oh, wait, no. Take a look. It's in the book. You're reading rainbows. I can't go anywhere. I fucking love Reading Rainbows. Reading Rainbows slaps. It's really good. It's a goat show. It's so comforting. I love reading, but it made me like really love reading so much. Like this, like I swear, if these two are the shows I think tests like your humanity, I feel. Reading Rainbows and like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. If somehow one person, if you ask them they like the show and they say no to either or, then you're in the midst of like a very scary, like, never seen it. It's a very comforting show. Reading Rainbow is essentially a just like Between the Lions, it teaches you how to read, and they tell you like stories and such along the way. It's a very cute show. It's very comforting to me personally. Uh, I will add half these theme songs to like the playlist. I'm not gonna lie, because it's really comforting. It's really comforting. But watch Reading Rainbows. You feel like the cool like a cup of cocoa by a warm fire with like a little good book in your hand. It's that good. Ready Jet Go. I've seen this show. I've seen a couple of it. It's not bad actually. It's Gen F. It's basically follows a series of like a kid who is from space, who is just essentially like, I'm an alien boy who's learning on the Earth culture, who does never learned about aliens, human stuff. And so I'm gonna learn about the premise of the world. And it's just kind of like, you gotta hide all the things. So he doesn't know nothing about the Earth and such. And same thing with his family and pets. And so he's kind of learning it. It's not a bad show. I kind of like it from the couple of episodes. It's a weird show premise, though. The only thing I remember, the only reason why I kind of kept watching it is because the voice for Jet is the same voice for Rainbow Dash slash Applejack and I think B, and I think Little's Pet Shop, Alicia Balls. It's the same voice for her. So every time I'm hearing it, I'm just hearing Applejack or Rainbow Dash, which is very funny to me. But yeah, I think Ready Jet goes like it's a fine show. It's an all right show. If you have any questions of like half the shows, feel free. Feel free. Let me know if anything. Let me know. Next is Real Wheels. I don't think I've actually seen this show. Hold on, we're gonna have to do a little Google searching. Look at what Real Wheels is. Real Wheels. PBS Kids. Hold on, we gotta put the PBS Kids bit. Real Wheels, also known as There Goes A, it's a live-action educational video series for ages 3, hosted by David Hood. This was a science. Oh, it's a vehicle-based show. Oh, so if you have like a loving hunger for the trucks, I don't know if I've seen this. I don't know if I've seen this. This looks really familiar. I don't know. I'm actually like looking on my phone just in case, because I know there's a similar like series that I remember that was just basically like learning about the premise of like moving vehicles and things. And I don't know if this is this. If it is, then I'm gonna be so. Let me see if there's like there goes a. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if this is it. This is from 1995. Holy cow. Oh yeah, I don't think I've seen this show. There's a similar show, kind of similar to this, where essentially it's like some kids like learning about the thing, but I've never seen it. It does look kind of interesting. Maybe we'll just watch it as like a low day if we're just like do some work or something. It was just like, ooh, that could be like a good like go-do. We could just like watch PBS Kids shows, if anything, just on a low volume stim and everything. Next is, I can't tell what this is because half of it's like cut off. So I'm gonna put you in the I have never seen category. This one also kind of cut off. Again, I swear. Why does it look like the Jollibees guy? I can't tell. Chat. Okay, chat. Call me crazy. Does this not, this thing, it looks, I thought it looked like the Jollibee logo. I thought it was the Jollibee logo. It's not, but it looks like, almost like it. Weirdly. This one, Ribbit, I don't know, I haven't seen this. This one, I also haven't seen. Oh my god. This one, I have not seen this. Jesus Christ. Saddle Club, I've seen it. I just don't think I like it. I don't know. I never liked the show. I feel like Saddle Club was on a different program, and I never was like, I tuned out every single time. If I were to rate this, it was just a D. It wasn't, I like horse girl stuff, but I wasn't heavy into horse girl stuff, like equestrian stuff, because it was just, to me, boring. I know. I love horses, and I love, like, them show stuff now, but I don't know. It felt like, oh my god, you gotta get ready for the little race. Otherwise, we're not gonna be able to prove our worth and things. Like, girl, you can't prove your worth. Stop. I don't know. It was so like weirdly boring. It was one of those show eras. Is like, it's a small on my end. It's a weird era of like girl shows that were made for girls, and you can tell it was made for girls. Like this Pinkalicious was this. So I always steer clear away from shows that were like, this was made specifically towards this feminine thing and things. So I was just like, ugh. Oh, so this one's this is Shima, the cat. There's like the cat. What's her name? The cat. The cat. I'm trying to remember the name. Siami? It's not Siamese. Siamese cat. Sanghua, the Chinese Siamese cat. Yes, that's the one. I was like, it's not. So it is Siamese, I guess. So I remember this show. I watched it on like Sprout, but I do remember the show actually. I remember it was on Sprout a lot. A lot when I was like on the Sprout era kids. It's a really not bad show. I kind of like it. It's like a B at best, like an A at best, or no, I'll put B or C at best. I think I remember seeing this. We're not watching it. No, I remember the theme song. I'm gonna make a 2 separate tier lists. One that has like I've seen it, but I just didn't put on the program, and then one that's just gonna be like everything. So without this little like bracket form. So next is called Salsa. I have never heard of a show called Salsa before. I'm assuming from the premise, it's probably a show that teaches Spanish. I'm assuming. I don't think it is. But with a name like that, I don't know what else it's giving me. Unless it's just like a dance thing. Like Boobas. Psy Girls. Okay, Psy Girl I do remember watching a lot. It's not a goat show, but it's an alright show. Food related. Maybe it's food related. Maybe it's food related. Let me check. Salsa. What's salsa about? It's loading. Oh yeah, no, it's okay. So it is. I was right. It's basically a show where you're learning Spanish and such. Essentially, with it, kind of cute. Bigger the name, but yeah, still never seen it. If anything, so if the lizard doesn't like dance constantly, at least in like the intro or the outro, I'm gonna write because I feel like this guy would get jiggy, do a la salsa. Next is Seymour Playhouse. The frick is Seymour Playhouse? This looks just Seymour's Playhouse looks like a dumbed down version of like Bear in the Big Blue House. For some reason, I don't know. No, I'm not gonna. Yeah, I don't think I've seen this, but it looks like a downgraded version of the thing. So I don't think I like it. Okay, so next up is Sesame Street. The Goat, the Count, the Crown Connoisseur, the Goated Show, just up there with up there with Arthur and everything else. Like the bangin' show, still going strong to this day. Like a classic, grade A classic. If you have never, I feel like even outside of like PBS Kids, a lot of people probably have to have seen Sesame Street because it was everywhere. I know I watched a lot of it on Sprout, specifically like a little mini segment that was just like I think it was like Bert and Ernie, Grover, and I think one of the little pink monsters side segment of the show. So I remember watching a lot of that and a bunch of other stuff too. But I assure you, it was one of those like I agree. It's really good. And the memes. Oh my god, the memes. God, the movies. I talk so much about this, like film. Seriously. It's a really good show. And one of the ones that had like the biggest hard hitters at the time because well, during the era, because people think it's a little unnecessary to have a program that is free, for people to watch. And that you're being threatened by kindness and sharing and things, because that's going to poison the mind of children apparently. But I am very surprised if anything. Like never thought a show like so wholesome as this. And trust me, it's memes are the classic show and put the show. It's really good. Fun fact. I I know this isn't really like a more like I don't confirm canon, but if we were to like I like to headcanon. This obviously takes place in New York, and I imagine like in this situation, because I think like Sesame Street takes place in like a full on like black neighborhood, African American, or like a POC neighborhood specifically. Because there is like it feels like already that homey in that style because one, it takes place in like era 80s New York in the Bronx or no the Bronx in the Harlem and or the Bronx area. That's like more like heavy at the time like African Americans were at. One, two, I'm pretty sure at their casting was very heavy with that. And I think it makes with how some of the characters be acting, especially Elmo. My God, Elmo! You cannot tell me Elmo ain't like a little black boy with like some red hairs and such. Like you cannot tell me. You cannot tell me he ain't dude ain't white. I'm sorry, he is not. But I feel like it's more within like African like lower class neighborhoods and things. So it's more homey toward that if anything else. If you know what I mean. I don't know how to describe it, but it feels like that. Like everyone like I love everyone in the was like he ain't like he ain't white, but it's kind of but I love it. But yeah, it's a good show. The best, if anything. Let's see. Next we have something monsters? Silly monsters? I can't tell that's silly monsters or something monsters. Hold on. Hold on, let me check this out. Watch me. Silly monsters. Is it something monster? Silly monsters? Or little monster? I don't. Is it called Little Monsters? Oh, it is. Okay, it's called Seven Little Monsters. Oh, yay! Yay! Wait, I've seen this. I've seen this. I think it was actually on PBS. This one I think legit was. If anything, I don't know much about it. I gotta have to rewatch it, but I think I liked it. It follows like a little series of like seven little monsters and such. So you have like a werewolf, I think a vampire, like some cool creatures and they're like in the neighborhood and such. I kind of liked it. It ain't bad. I don't remember much of it, but it ain't a bad show. I remember the art style heavily because I think it's the same art. I don't think it is the same art, but I think it's the same one who did like the book Where the Wild Things Are. It gives off that heavy vibe. Or another book series I'm trying to think of, totally different. But it's rather those series. Next we have, oh boy, I can't even read this one. I can't even read this one. It's so small. Oh, okay. We're putting you never seen, Shining Time, never seen, Sid the Science Kid, have seen. I love the show. It's a good show. It's a really good show, honestly. I forgot there was a movie about science, Sid the Science Kid, and apparently that Christopher Nolan or Christopher Walken was in it as like the one of the antagonists in the movie. And the movie did like crap. It was like a 5 out of 10, but it was a very good very like interesting like casting call for a character, which is very interesting. But I remember watching it. I love this. I love how it's a good show because it always goes to the California Science Center Museum, was a place I go is that our school used to go to a lot growing up. So I was very into science. I was into STEM without me being in full on like the STEM part. STEM is basically short for science, technology, engineering, and math. And I was very heavy into like science, style, and everything. Like in my own personal, it was science is like my biggest thing. I like chemicals. I like seeing reactions. California Science Center is like a good place to go. Like screw Disney, not very far. Go to California Science Center if you ever come out to California. You will love it. Is it like child is for kids? Yes, but you will learn things that you would never learn before. Next we have Singing Time. I don't think I've seen this particular one, so I'm gonna put you in the never seen. Space Racers, also never seen. Splash, okay, I have seen this. It was just in like the freaking also the category of the freaking Christian show. So there, I don't know what I rated it. It's just an eh. I don't really care enough about because it was just like young me thought, oh no, it's just Finding Nemo, but they're talking about Jesus. And this I think was before Finding Jesus. So this was I think way before Finding Jesus, if anything. This one I actually don't know what this is. There's no name. Super Y. Ooh, okay. I I like Super Y. I really like Super Y a lot. I think is it a goat show? Because I liked the latter half, if anything. So I'm just like, eh. Tier list, holy mo. Yeah, hey Herb. Hi, what's up, dude? Yeah, we're doing a tier list. We're doing my nostalgic tier list of like. No, I'm saying it's a good show. I'm not saying it's not a good show. You didn't even finish my sentence. Don't put me on a head on a spike yet, chat. Hold on. But yeah, we're doing a tier list of like PBS Kids shows from up to the 99 to like 2023 is what it's a good show. I'm not saying it's bad. Let me spin my sentence. You did let me get my opinion out, man. Hold on. But yeah, we're doing a tier list. So these are all of our shows. I didn't mean like that. No, no, no. I know, but he was like ready. He was like ready to defend me. It was like if it's like anything below an A, it will like head on spike. But these are all our go. So this is the list that we got so far. We have good shows, S tier shows. We have A tier list shows. I might leave Super Y on here since it's either A or B. I did like it, but I didn't. I was old enough because I was old enough in that weird era of like I know how to read. This is not helping my case. So I kind of was like, eh. The only reason I do like it is because the inclusion of the funny enough, the dog who was like the dictionary. So I'm like, okay, that's kind of fire. We're Word Girl. Ooh, we'll get to Word Girl. I think is it next? Word Girl is right there. Don't worry, we'll get to the Word Girl. We gotta get through the last little bits of it. We're almost close to the end. Yeah, we're going like the alphabetical order. Next, we have Teletubbies. Teletubbies. Super Y is peak. Nah, Super Y is a really good show. I do not like, I haven't seen the reboot yet, but there is a reboot of that show. I haven't seen it, but I know a lot of people are hella complaining about it, like really complaining about it, for better or for worse, but for worse. But Teletubbies, my favorite show. I love Teletubbies a lot, like really a lot. Where's Booba? Where did they put Booba at? A tier. Teletubbies a really good show. I don't care what anyone says. If you think it's people think it's creepy because of the stupid like Slender Tubby meme, it's really good. And I gotta do a tier list of the cartoons like Cartoon Network and stuff. We might do in the future. Oh, I'm pretty sure there is. I think I probably do in the future, but we gotta do. I love Cartoon Network. That's gonna be like, I grew up with like Cartoon Network shows. Like, chat, okay, question. If you, everyone has like a different TV districts. Like, what TV show cartoon did you grow up the most? Like, were you a Cartoon Network kid, Disney kid, Nickelodeon, Nick Jr. kid, like all that stuff? Yeah, because there's like, I feel like every type of era or like every type of whatever network you watch that kind of define your personality. Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network. Yeah. Hex yeah. My go yes. Kids Next Door. Oh my god. Yes. Oh my god, I fucking love Kids Next Door so much. Codenames Kid Next Door, Chowder, what I'm trying to think of another show. They're really banging shows. Banging shows. Banging shows, if anything. I feel like depending on what era you watched it, kind of like define your personality. I grew up with so much of that stuff that I guess that weirdly is why my art style is like influenced. But oh yeah, and Slender Tubby, it's basically like a creepy pasta. It's fun to clap for this, for real. DM me! Yes! 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 I will! Yes! Yes! I will figure out a day. We gotta. There's like so many Cartoon Network shows. This is not the type of stream, but there's so many Cartoon Network shows. Okay. Okay. I'm getting way too excited. Next is A tier, Superwise 8. Oh, Teletubbies A tier. I don't care what anyone says. I love Teletubbies. It's a great show to me. I love Tinky Winky, Dipsy, Lala, and Poe. I love Poe. Poe's my favorite girl. No one likes her in this thing. They're just like, don't mess with the small fries. Don't mess with them. But I love in the same category as to why I love the Boobas. It's my favorite. Tell me it's not over Super What? Tell me it's not over Super Why for me. I don't. Wait, did I actually put? Wait, where did I put Super Why actually? Oh, wait, I put it on B. Wait, I thought I put it in. Okay, it's A or B. Okay, I'll put it in A. I'll put it in A. To compensate the A, I'll put it in A. It's a good show. The only reason I didn't, it kept me around. I was in the era of like growing up slightly better, but I do remember the show being good. I remember playing their games like a lot. That I do remember playing like a lot of PBS Kids games. I think I played a lot of the Princess P, like make your princess superhero costume. I think I spent too much time on that. I might do a stream where we just do PBS Kids game actually, if it's still good. I haven't touched in like years or decades. Next is Naughty. Naughty? There's another Naughty? That's what? Okay, so I guess there's two Naughties. There's, I guess, a CGI, and I guess I don't know what this one is. I'm assuming like puppetry. I don't remember. Next is Tugboats. Theodore Tugboat. I've never seen it, but from watching Tomska's video, I 100% think it's a very, like, it's very dark for a kid show. From the same people. It's very, very dark when you really think about it. Oh dear. This one is Toy Castle. I'd have no idea what Toy Castle is. No. There's a lot of, it's very, watch Tom Scott's videos about Tug or Tugboats or whatever. Very much, very darker than Thomas. Very more sexual, apparently, in some of their themings. And things, like, it makes me think things I don't want to think. Very stupid. Next is Thomas the Tank Engine. Oh boy. Thomas the Tank Engine. oh boy, where do we put this category? Okay, I'm gonna be frank, and I will be honest. I never really liked Thomas. As a kid, I wasn't a Thomas kid. I never liked the show a lot. I remember I watched the movie. I remember watching the movie, like the first one, like the railroad. At least B. It's a okay. I'll compensate. It's a B. It's a B. It's B or C for me. I'll put it in B because I feel like I put anything lower, I'm going to get my head on the spike. But the reason why I wasn't really a train kid, I never really liked Thomas. That was one of my brother's category. So he constantly plays that so much growing up. And so I never really I was kind of irritated it. But I remember it's not a bad show. I remember like watching a little bit like clippage and things and like books. It's good. It's really good. Also kind of dark when you realize how fucked up the Thomas series is, because I didn't realize, okay, so here's like a little lore bomb. I think the concept of like, it's a very scary thing where in the premise, how if you're not really useful, you get sent to the scrapyard, which is the equivalent of like, I think death in the Thomas world, which is very like fucked up in a way. Like the man, so Top of the Hat could be like, oh man, you haven't had your quota today. Looks like you're gonna have to be in the scrapyard. I was like, no, please, like they're working to death. I don't know if the trains are like slaves or something, or in a weird way, but they love what they do, and yet they don't want to die. And so I'm like, this is a weird like cycle. And second part, there's an episode where it was like, and I talked about this way in the beginning, 2 years ago, I think, which was an episode of a boulder that was a Percy's based episode. It was like a haunted rock, and the haunted rock kept like trying to kill Percy, like a rock specifically for him. And the scary part, it had a face. There was a face on it. Like, I know I talked about this, but it's very dark, very good, but very dark. I love the railroad one, Thomas and the Magical Railroad. Weirdly, I liked it. The first that up, yeah. Let's see. Next is, oh boy, I can't even see this one. Oh, I can't even see this one. It's like something boy. God damn these shows. Stop cutting half your titles off, man. Okay, Timothy. Timothy, I don't care for Timothy as a whole. I've seen this in other programs. I just don't like Timothy. Specifically because this is basically Franklin. No. This is the style is cute. It gives off Franklin slash Max and Ruby, but I don't really like the main character as much because he gives off like Franklin vibes, and I don't like Franklin. Like, if anything, so it's not the really great show for me personally. I don't know. Next is, oh my god, I can't read this. Binu, Binu or Binu. Is this a book series? I think I read this. I don't know if I've seen this, but I don't know this. Okay. I can't read this one either. Please stop it. Okay, Carmen Sandiego wasn't even on PBS Kids. It was on Cubo. But if I were to tier list, okay, we'll do like an actual proper tier list. I've seen this on Cubo. Where on earth is Carmen Sandiego? I love that show, but I don't think it was. It wasn't a PBS show. I know that. It was on Cubo, especially in the Cubo at night, which is basically like, where on earth in the world is Carmen Sandiego? And just such. Like, that's an old one. It's an old one. I'll give it that. I know the reason, like, a lot of these shows technically were on PBS, but there was like a certain point where they kind of like branched off to different areas. That's why I had this little category. It's like I found them somewhere else, but I just wasn't specifically for that. And it was very peak. Oh no. I love the new Carmen. I love the old one and the new one. They're both really good because I love Carmen Sandiego. I love travel-based stories. I love her character. Gives off like, I remember seeing this at night on Cubo at night, next to right after watching Sherlock Holmes in the 22nd century. if anything. Like I love that. It was a really banging show. Next up is Wild Kratts. Wild Kratts. Get up there. Wild Kratts. Yes. Yes, I love Wild Kratts. Oh my god. Peak show. If oh yes. I it's S plus S tier. In fact, it's when we get to Zaboomafoo, that's also up there. Do you have any idea the banging show? This was like a pure like somewhat successor of that after like no Mark the show. If you don't know, it's basically follows the Krat brothers as they like learn about animals and they transform into animals. They can transform. They become the animals and they stop from like bad guys and like it's going on still, surprisingly. Really good show. I had a crush on 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 what's her name? Not Annie and I. Oh, what's her name? Not and I. What was her name? What was her name? I, Aviva. Aviva. I had like a massive crush on Aviva when I was like a kid. I had a massive crush on her. She was like my favorite. And I shipped her like heavy with Chris, even though technically they are like dads IRL, but there was like a weird war going on between who shipped who. Like people were like Team Aviva and Martin, or Team Aviva and Chris, and Team Aviva and Aviva and Koki to go with the gay roots and such. Or the thing I realized, a poly situation, because they were they have been shipped to and fro. There was like pairs. There was the MVs. Oh my god, this show has like had a chokehold online, and this is what I call my family. Fun fact, actually, here's a fun story. Uh, my family, my mom, my brother, and I, we always called ourselves the Wild Kratts because we always somehow get entangled with animals. We meet with animals and we rescue animals a lot of times. But I remember one time when we were coming back from our visiting our grandparents' home, we were driving by like a guy. So he had like a box. He was just kind of like stumbling, walking, and so he dropped. We were like kind of like driving slowly past, kind of like against him. He didn't see us, but there was no traffic during this, so we were like good. And it turns out like he dropped something out of the box and he chucked it back in. And what fell out was a kitten. And so we were like, oh my god, he just jumped like a kitten down there, dude. And so we were like, okay, we're gonna have to keep an eye. And before we couldn't do anything, he chucked the box with the kitten over to like my brothers and I old charter school. And we were like, oh my god, we gotta get them out. We gotta save it. And it turns out it wasn't just one kitten, it was three. Three baby kittens, a gray one, a blonde one that fell out, and like a black one. And the black one had like so much like fleas and like things and gunk. We were like, we have to. My mom did like a whole illegal U-turn, pull up to the school to grab the kittens, and we had to like go to the nearest Dollar Tree, grab some Dawn, and then like head back home and like clean the crap out of them. Like we rescued like three baby kittens in that day, and we felt so. I felt proud. We all felt proud, and because of that, we kind of whenever we rescued animals, we always called ourselves like Wild Kratts, if anything. I love it so much. Wholesome stuff. And outside of that, we'd be seeing weird animals and stuff, so it's my favorite little thing. So, Martin, Chris, please. I don't know if you've ever done this, but please do an episode on foxes. My one wish, if you do an episode on like foxes as a whole, like any, please. Please. I know they can do it. But yeah. Also, ads are starting in a couple minutes. Next, we have. Oh my god, I can't see this. Animal Baby. I don't think I've seen this. Wilson. Okay, next is Wilson and Ditch Digging Adventure. Driving America? Something America. Big W. I know. We were superheroes. We gave them away sadly because our parents, well, my brother and my mom are both allergic, so we couldn't really keep them. But I know they're out there living their best life and being like good kittens to like new homes. We let them have their new home. I never heard of Wilson and Ditch, so I'm gonna put this in here. Whimsel House, I've never heard. Something Dog? Sally Dog? I've never. What's with these shows? Okay. Now, I think we're in the latter half. So now we're at the part. Word Girl. All right. I know Herb was excited for this one. So, Word Girl. I mean, it's a good show. What can I say? It's a really, really good show. It's a really, for out of all the shows, this surprisingly, outside like a few, this has a fandom. Like, have you seen the Word Girl art? It has been like compared to heck and back to being the equivalent of like of what was it? Of Invincible. Like there's like a semi side by side comparison to like Invincible stuff, and I was just like, oh my gosh. Where Girl is super cool. I think I know the show because that one video they compare. Yeah, apparently there was a lot of comparisons. There was legit like a moment of it being like actual side by side comparison of the exact train scene and like the fighting the antagonist with I think Power Girl or something with I think Nolan I think fighting like his son and everything. So it was very funny. And when you really think about it, it kind of War Girl is the most like mature episode series made because I think a lot of the writers were from Family Guy. It's like the most mature. There's like actual stake. There's like heavy lores and stuff. There's like parts that make your heart stop. It's like heavy, not too heavy, but it's like in a kid's perspective, you're just like, oh shit, like oh fuck, like what do you mean their friendship's over? No. What do you mean the concept of like a character whose personality's been overtaken by a brain of a rat and you can't get your friend back? That's messed up. That's kind of fucked up. Like it's very scary when you really think about it. If anything, like oh boy, it's a good classic, so it's up there, and it teaches you definitions, and it has the best part of what's your favorite word. Like chat, it's tough. What's y'all favorite word? What's y'all favorite word, chat? Do you have a favorite word that you like to say, or in general? Because we know there's like a set was like, what's your favorite word? What's your favorite? What's y'all favorite word, chat? Yeah, like if anything. My favorite word is I think it's serendipitous. I really like that one. Just pronunciating if anything else. I love serendipitous a lot. What's y'all favorite word? Chat. It's show and tell. If you can think of a word. It doesn't have to be like a deeper meaning, but if you have like a favorite word. If anything. Because I love serendipitous. I love periwinkle. I love what's another word? Some words are just like udon. I love saying just udon things, but that's my favorite words. But it's really goated. Next, we have Word World. Oh, I remember Word World. I remember playing the games of Word World. I remember this so much. I remember this show so fucking much. I don't know how much I will like it. I don't know if I like. No, I liked it. It's a good show. It's not the great show, but it's a good show. It's a very their theme songs. What was it? We built. It's time to build it. We build it. We build it. Yeah. I remember playing their games like a lot, and I was like very engrossed with it. If anything else. Next is oh boy, I can't even see this. I know this is from Cubo. I know this is from Cubo. 100%. This is from Cubo. This is, I think, like the Adventures of like Ben. This is like a history one. This is also the same thing. I know this is a history one because I've seen this one. I just can't see the name, but I know it from the cover. Next we have Kid Kaba. Oh shit, I can't read the thing. Something Riddle in the Secret. This is okay. I've seen this. This is a show where like some three kids travel back in time and they like see kid versions of like famous people. So you see Kid Benjamin Franklin, Kid Picasso, Kid Rosa Parks. I don't think that happened, but going back in time, just seeing kid versions of them. It's cute. Not my cup of tea. It's a cute show. It's a cute show, I'll say that. And then where else? We're almost done. Zaboomafoo. Oh, S tier. Oh, S tier. Oh, S tier. If I put Wildcats in S tier, the Zaboomafoo has to be an S tier. You're gonna tell me you're not gonna love the show about learning the animals and just learning about Zaboomafoo with the Crap Brothers and everything? Like, hell the fricko? Like, what? It's a great show. I love Zaboomafoo. Like, 10 times. This one is Zoo or Zoot. This was also one of those shows I think that was 100% on like PBS Kids Go in like the 90s. I just never seen it. Same thing with this one. I know they exist. I just never watched them because it was coming out of that era, so I never was able to watch it. Zula Patrols. Zula Patrols, that wasn't on PBS. That was on Cubo. Again, good show, but this one I've seen, The Big Comfy, also on Smile of a Child. Never seen it, or never seen it on PBS. And finally, our final one. I can't read this is, but I actually don't think I've seen this. And then that's it. We're done. We did it. We completed the list. I'm gonna save this quickly so I can download. So we finished the list. So I'm gonna make another. I'm gonna actually do another, specifically moving these to the programs, because now that we've got the shows, these are all of my preference of the shows. So we have the GOATs, we have the A tier, best tier shows, the B tier. You can tell what era I kind of grew up with half the shows when you really sit down and think. You have your B tiers, we have the C tiers, we have the D tiers, we have the F tiers, and then finally, we have the I have never seen, and then finally we have the I've seen it, but it was on a different medium. So we're gonna make another. I have it saved, I think, right on my thing. Let me triple check just in case. Do I not have it saved? Let me see if I saved this correctly. Save or download. Go on, download. All right. Well, okay. I think I can't. Okay, I think it's downloaded. But we're gonna do a little something different. We're actually let me actually double check, because I don't know if I actually did ask if it went to saved, because I know I have to make an account. And I don't want to do that at all. Okay, so we're gonna do this. So I'm gonna zoom this out. Zoom out. I gotta make sure I get everything. This is gonna be hard. Okay, that gets all the shows roughly. I'm gonna screenshot this. There we go. Since apparently they want me to log in and sign in and all that stuff. There we go. All right, so we're gonna do another version, but I'm going to get the shows that I technically did watch onto the main screen. So we have a list of shows that I did see, but we're gonna pretend that I did see them for the sake of them being on PBS Kids and my actual listing of them, if anything. So this show, The Adventures of Virtues, I saw on PBS. I saw on Cubo. I didn't really care enough for it since it was just a moral. It ain't bad, but it's just a meh show at best. Then you have Anne of Green Gables. That was kind of in the same category. It's not, I don't hate it, but it's also a meh to me, because it was one of those shows. If it's a semi, I was a weird kid. I was if it's semi was way too educational, I was going to lose my mind. Or semi realism, even though I know 100% this has nothing to do with that of real people, of a fictional girl. Auto Be Good. It wasn't even okay. This I didn't like. Also, I didn't care enough for it. It wasn't like a good. It was okay, but it was just like a show at best, and all that. And the animation. Oh my god, the animation. Quartery. If it was a TV shoot, I would love it. I love the book, so I'll love the TV series. So I'm not. It's like a 1-to-1 if anything. So I think I'd be like cool with that. Then you have Dooley and Pals. I don't really like this one also because it's basically it's just Barney, essentially Barney, and I don't really care enough for it. It's just like a very and I don't like the CGI bits they be having. Kind of terrified me. Even when I was like watching, I was like, I'm scared. I'm gonna get like I'd be scared that this alien guy was gonna like, come in my like room and like next is Franny Feet. Franny's Feet. It's a show where a little girl has like she works at like a shoe carpenter shop, and she is basically like every time she puts on like a pair of shoes, she travels to like a different part of the world or something, and is able to like experience it. It was a cute show. It's a solid show, so I like it. And the theme song kind of slaps too. Gina's D's Kids Club. This was a show basically where Gina one day went with her grandma's house and she lived with her grandma. And so her grandma left the house to her. And so Gina decides when she got older, she was gonna convert it to a kids club for all the kids to come enjoy. And so it'd be Gina's D's Kids Club and everything. And so I don't the coloring was bad, so when I watched this, it was just an show at best. Kids songs. I remember watching this religiously on like my CDs, like two back and fro, no joke. I think they did like a bunch of song stuff, but I remember being very, very, very engrossed with it. So I kind of was more or less. It's a good show. I don't remember it now, but from what I remember it was kind of good. So I'm putting this for my own sense of nostalgic bit, like an up in S tier, because I remember being like very engrossed with it. I really loved the show, man. I really loved it. Next, we have Mom Lamb Chops Play Along. This was just the same. It's just a meh show. It was a meh. I didn't really like it, nor did I hate it, but it was just a meh. A lot of these are gonna be like in a meh. I don't really care enough for it. Liberty Kids. I like Liberty Kids. Liberty Kids was good. Liberty Kids was a really, really good show. I really liked it a lot. No, that was in an era of me, like I said, not liking a bunch of like I like history. I just didn't like social science for some reason. It's not the GOAT to me, but it's a really good show. And then what else is there? There is I know this it's hard for me to read it, but I do remember seeing on Smile of a Child. Oh shoot. Oh, my mom's here. Hold on. I gotta be right back. Be right back, check. back. Dude, my mom got me like lobster rolls from an event she went to. It was really good. It's super sweet, Chad. It's really good. She just came back from like a party event and she got me like some lobster rolls, like some extra ones. I'm like, yes! So I'm gonna eat that like instead of my like spaghetti that I was like planning to eat or my chicken stuff. So I'm super happy. I'm super excited about it. Hi. Hello, LARPer Lloyd, Lore 2000 or 222. How goes thy LARPing? We're doing a little bit. Do you fancy a tier list, my friend? Sorry, you caught me in the midst of like I was eating like a lobster roll. I should have taken a photo of it first. I'm gonna hog this sucker down. Lloyd. No, I said Lord. I was gonna say like 2000. How are you, LARPer? LARPer Lord. Do you have a favorite cartoon? We're doing a little bit of tier list making in the mix of PBS Kids and Shows specifically. And I just came back with eating some nice a lobster roll. I don't know what it was inside. It was like lobster, rice, seaweed mix, and everything. Lloyd before. Oh, I did. Okay, well, yeah. So I said Lloyd. Well, I hope you're vibing. We're just doing like finishing our tier list up and everything. We're just at the final stretch of like the shows that I've watched. This show I've seen, I never really cared enough. It's just a meh show. Naughty. Okay, so two of the naughties, I'm gonna put them for like the sake of it, like in B. I remember the theme songs. I just don't like. They were very entertaining. I've seen them both on Smile of a Child. Oh, Sprout. Wait, where the frick's the other one? No, you're supposed to be in B. Why did you put C? I remember watching both these shows, like on at least Naughty and in general, like in I thought of Heaven and Earth. I am alone and the LARP one. But I really like Wild Crafts though. Yes, we put the Wild. It's up here. We put the goat in the goat up in the chat. I know Peak. Imagine just me like you know that dap motion up meme. Like I'm dapping you up. Peak knows Peak. We know Wild Crafts is like the goat. It's the goats. It's the best. It's PBS Kids was like my best show. You know ball exactly. If you know Subunufu, you know Wild Kratts, and if you know Wild Kratts, you know balls. Like dap me up. Let's see. Marvin the Tap Dancing Horse. I don't like the show. I know I've seen this on like Cubo. I just really don't like the show a lot. It was a little to me. It wasn't even like an enjoyable like. This is one of those shows like I don't really care. The premise of the show is like it's a circus, and so you have this character Marvin the Tap Dancing Horse, who his whole spiel is just tap dancing. The theme song really doesn't care. It just really hammers in the ears like, did you know he tap danced? Did you know he tap danced? Hey, he's a tap dancing horse. Kind of crazy. Like, shut up. I don't care. I don't like if it's this, I have to watch it through this if there's like something else on that I don't like. And it sucks to me personally. And I always see its ads on Cubo. So that's the sucky part. It's always on Cubo. Miffy and Friends. It's A tier. I love Miffy. I grew up with Miffy. It's not an even bad show. It's just one of those shows where like it gets annoying. It ain't like a crappy show. I don't like it. Uh, mustard pancakes. I do remember see it. If I were to tier list it, this is a C. A lot of the puppet shows were kind of like because I don't remember because they were like on a Christian based program. So I don't remember like a lot of them during this weird era time, but I do remember being like a little, yeah, it's an I. Then where is it? Rags. I don't like Rags. I really don't like Rags. Rags is not like my favorite show. It's really it tries so hard to be like Barney and Big Bear. At least with this, it was creative. This was just not like what is Rags? Rags is basically like it follows this series of like anthropomorphic like dogs essentially, and they're kind of like it's like a band base. They're like a band, and so they follow like I've seen this on uh Cubo. It's also educational as well, but I don't like the show. It's like a band of like dogs who are trying to be like who are a band, and they follow like these like what the characters' freaking names are. There's it's Rags, Pido, Tribby, Razzle, and B-Max, and a cat who's called the Dumpster. And I know the premise sounds cool. The premise sounds perfect. It gives off doodle bops. But I like doodle bops. And I don't like really this. It was weirdly like annoying to me. I don't know. The only plus side I'll give it, it gives off, you know, the storybook Go Dogs Go? It gives off of that. Like, it gives off Go Dogs Go vibes. If you read the book, it is that. But I personally just don't like it. What? Let's see. Saddle Club. I don't like really. Oh yeah, I said in my statement. I really am not a fan of like saddle stuff. I can respect the hustle for like girl stories, but I just don't really like horse like specific things. It's not my style. It's personally not my per se. It's just an eh. Jason. Oh hey Jason. We're just doing a tier list of like cartoon PBS Kids shows. I'm just like at the point where I'm just like, actually no, goes into F. I was a very like iffy kid. I didn't like really like live action stuff, so I never like mess with like sadly. Oh, thanks for the take care. Which is crazy because I went to a Christian equestrian camp twice, and I like it. I just didn't like it was so heavy girl in base. That's my only reason. Sam, the Siamese cat. I like this show. It is an A. No, wherever it was in naughty, it's in that same category. B tier. For sure I don't know about 99% of this. Oh, well, you missed my entire like explanation for like 99%. Don't worry. We didn't know half the shows too, but we're almost done. Next we have, this is one of those other shows. This is the same as like Liberty. Where's Liberty? Liberty Kids. It's the same category as Liberty Kids. It's just like a history-based show. Splash, the fish one. I think this is like another Christian one. I don't like it. Also, I don't like it. I don't like them dark. I don't like shows that try to like be tricking me, think it's Finding Nemo. It was just an eh. It was an eh at best. Carmen Sandiego is up there. Where on earth is Carmen Sandiego? Bangin' show. Bangin' show. I love playing a game that's in a game within a game world situation and having it be like a cat and mouse. Oh, it's so fantastic. Oh, I love it. It gets me. It's my favorite. And Carmen, and I love both Carmen and Sandiego's. I love the older model of her more. I don't know. She gives off like super suave, super like mature. Like I don't know. I don't know. She makes me blush. God dang it. I had Cartoon Network, but that's it. I'm Central European, so we don't have that much. Don't worry. Not next stream, but then in the future stream, we're gonna do like almost every single like TV show broadcast era. So Cartoon Network might be next because I actually grew up on that way more. I was a cable kid and a non-cable kid. 75% I was like a cable non-cable kid, but that 25 I did watch like a bunch of Cartoon Network stuff. And I remember growing up that and Boomerang. Those two were technically in time, if anything. Zula Patrols. So Zula Patrols is a show that talks about space and everything about space. I actually kind of like it. It's not a bad show. It's pretty aight. Okay, and finally we have There Be Comfy, The Big Comfy. It's a very cute show. It's also a little bit in like the B tier. It's funny enough, the only one of them puppet shows that I can like actually tolerate that's like from the era of like the smile of the child, it's I can tolerate. And yeah, that's it. That's literally it. That's all of the little shows without like if it's from a different program. It really didn't change as much, but it kind of really semi like a huge difference. So let me see if I can let me screenshot this. 50. But we did it. We did both the TV show and non the TV show of all my shows. So let's me screenshot this. I will post this on my stories and everything. I cannot wait to get I can't wait to get bullied from like my tier listing opinions because I know I'm gonna get like someone's gonna eat me in the ear and be like, "How dare you?" But I am open to willing to admit what I say. I stand my stance. I know I had to bend to some things, but I know what I like, if anything. But these are all the shows. This is all the goats. Still hasn't changed, really. The A tier shows, the B tier shows, the C tier shows, the D tiers, the F tiers, and the ones that I just never seen if it was from the PBS Kids Go era. Get flamed. Trust me, there's one thing people love, it's arguments, and they will want to argue on why theirs is right and such. So I'm gonna get flamed. I can't wait. But this was kind of fun. I haven't done a tier listing like this in like a while. It was very enjoyable doing this little fun stuff with y'all. Even if you don't know any of the shows, the PBS Kids was an era I think to this day is a classic program during its time that you really cannot like get rid of because there's so many shows that like really help kids like function who they are and like help them grow. And even if you don't think it's a necessary program, trust me, it's a necessary program because a lot of these help kids learn things that they can't really get from like an educational source because they either can't afford from school or if they can't go like a library. These are like your best bets to like understand. They're simple, they're sweet, and even the bad ones, they at least have, I mean, to some departly, I'll say, they can give some insight. To some insight, I will say, if anything. But I hope PBS never goes away and dies. It's one of those shows that I'm happy I kind of grew up with. And it kind of it changed my little opinion on my life and such. And I'm glad I was able to share you my opinions on stuff. Legit, honestly, if it's just like a lock-in stream day, if I have nothing and I want to watch something, almost would watch like any of these in the background just for the sake. I would I would honestly. I don't know which or how because I don't want to get like, copy instruction, but it'd be like on like it'd just be like in a background noise if anything. But I think that will be it for today. I have a roll calling my name and everything, and I need to rest up my throat a little bit because I have been yapping off the max and everything. But I think we'll rate out to someone today instead of like ending it today because I still want to like I want to still have like some little fun train because they're also still streaming because I think it's in a person. But let's go to the talk screen. Let's go to the main talking screen. There we go. Oh, no, why am I scared? Oh, wait, duh, I was typing something. But yeah, today was very fun. We learned about like my shows. We learned about my childhood, if anything. And we learned about like some other cool fun factors, and I'm very excited. The next stream we do, I have no idea. No, it's maybe Friday-ish. I have other things doing on that day, so it either might be pushed back or canceled. I will keep you in tabs with that, if anything. So if I can. So if I do happen, it'll be super late. If I don't, then it will happen. But I have something on that day, so maybe we might do something because it's a Minecraft day that I know for certain. But thank you guys for watching today's little stream. Thank you to everyone who kind of came by and lurked and just vibed today. Y'all were like having like fun. I know I rant like a crazy loony, but like I said, I love cartoons. No one gets it. Like no one. I mean, some people get it, but I really, really love cartoons. Uh, but to everyone who joined, thanks Madre and GT and Ishi and Herb and Barber Lord, as well as Jason for even coming in. I still appreciate anyone who just kind of popped in and just lurking while I just rant like a crazy about these. You make the studio run. Thanks for like popping around and vibing. What is Tabby and Fox look so weird? Why does the TV and Fox look so weird though? I just thought about it. No, they look. Oh no, no. Trust me. Next stream, if I do that, I will talk good along with that. I know I talked about it a bit, but I freaking love Siberian foxes. They look like a very bad Photoshop of a fox. No. They look like it's like imagining Tally's going to draw a fox without ever seeing a fox in their entire life. But if you want to see me post these and like get myself absolutely wrecked, follow my socials. Follow my Instagram, my Twitter, my Blue Sky, TikTok, YouTube, and YouTube VODs to feel all my stuff. If you want to see my VGens and like my art stuff to get commissioned, you can check me out. Thank you. Oh my god, thanks for the follow, LARPer Lord. Thanks. Now, welcome to the Toon Hive. Welcome to the Toon Club. Thanks for popping in, and thanks for vibing with me. And if you want to watch check out my VGen, you can check that out for art comms because I do semi-draw good. If you want to follow my Ko-fi, you can see that for like future stuff and all that good jazz and everything. So let's get a raid message out. We're gonna raid out to I know what we're gonna raid out to. We're gonna raid out to Aurora VT. Because they're doing art right now, and I know art is like one of the things. Because if I love animation, I love art. So we're gonna raid into them. So let me get the raid messages out. Everything, unless there's someone else who just like randomly woke up. If anything, yeah, we're gonna raid into Aurora. So let me get the raid message out. So oh yeah, this is y'all raid messages, by the way. If you stay for raids, you do get some points from what if anything. So there you go. So let me get in the little, okay, so raid browser. There we go. There we go. All right, everyone got your copy and pastes ready. We're gonna do a little bit of a raid in, but thank you guys joining so much. We're gonna start the raid now. We're gonna go to the bye-bye screen. But everyone, thank you guys for just joining in today. I hope you enjoy like your good timing zone, whether it's the morning, the afternoon, or night. You make the studio run well, and you make me super, happy that we do this stuff. I hope to see you the next time, and if not, I hope to see you the next time. I don't freaking know. But everyone, take care. Rest well, sleep well, eat well. Thanks for tuning in, but it's time for this little fox to tune out. All right. The broadcast ends in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye-bye. Everyone stay for the raid. Bye. Take care, everyone. Bye. Also be nice to Aurora, please.